Yeah.
Going for the knife kill.
He's gonna get it.
Yes, he gets the knife kill.
Oh my God.
Gerald with the shield.
Wow.
Lamello getting out with blasters on a killing spree.
Getting right into the action with the Doom Fist here, making one Doom punch.
Hello and welcome into the Ball State Esports Center up here in stupendously beautiful Muncie, Indiana. My name is Austin, aka whatever you really want to call me.
I'm Devin, aka Devin, also known as Disco.
AKA
Sorry, I'm still
Also known as Devin.
yeah, also known as Devin, or on Instagram DP28_media. So yeah, we're here with another Overwatch match. We were here last week where we beat Akron. Ball State and undefeated Akron, and Ball State is still undefeated with a 4-0 record, and we're going to have a repeat sort of tonight, except it's going to be with Ohio. Both these teams undefeated, going up against each other, see who comes out on top. There are only 3 teams still left undefeated. Us, Ball State, Ohio University, who we're playing tonight, and Miami of Ohio. So, and Miami is playing the 1-3 Western Michigan University. I have no doubts that they'll probably come out on top there unless we see a massive upset.
Well, and that's one of the perfect games to fall into a trap game. We talk about it every once in a while, but especially when you have an undefeated record and you're going against someone who is 1-3.
Yeah.
Western Michigan, I think, is better than that 1-3 record shows. I don't know who they've played. I know we talk about it every week, but I don't actively remember. No. But I think they're better than that 1-3 record shows. So I wouldn't be surprised if they take one round, maybe not even 2 off of Miami, Ohio, make them sweat a little bit. But I don't disagree that I think Miami, Ohio will leave with the victory. And I mean, switching our focus to tonight's match, Ball State versus Ohio. Battle of the undefeateds once again, like you said, looking at tonight's matches here on the screen. We've got Miami versus WMU, like we said. You don't see Ball State there because they are playing Ohio. This is our stream. But taking a look at the rest of the ESC, Bowling Green versus Kent State. Akron, who we played last week against NIU, that'll be a pretty big match. Buffalo, who we have already played against NEU, another big match. And the battle of Central and Eastern. Central Michigan versus Eastern Michigan facing off tonight in the ESC. Which of these matches stands out to you most besides Miami and WMU?
Okay, I was about to say that, Miami and WMU because that's one that I'm going to be looking forward to and looking for the results after this. But another one, for me personally, is going to be Akron. I mean, they're going up against NIU. NIU has not been very good this year, but they've been good in years past. They could just be having a bit of a lull at the beginning of the season. So I'm looking to see if Akron can bounce back, if they can go up to 4-1. They are 3-1 currently because they lost to us last Wednesday, or was it last Tuesday? But I do kind of want to mention this Miami WMU match because Western Michigan might think they kind of have a responsibility to kind of take down the champions. And from that iconic quote, we know that when you take on the responsibility, great power will come. And I believe that Western Michigan University thinks that they will have some great power going into this match tonight.
That movie is such a joke.
I know. That was from Madam Web.
But I think one that's interesting here for me is Buffalo versus Northeastern. We faced Buffalo second week of the season. First time we streamed them on our stream this year.
Yeah.
So that was 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago now? 2 weeks ago.
No. Akron, not us. Buffalo.
2 weeks ago.
No, because
3 weeks ago. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Beginning of the year, we played Buffalo, and they're facing Northeastern tonight, who is one of the teams that we know is year in and year out a very decent team, very easily a playoff contender. And like I said, we've already played Buffalo. We beat Buffalo, so I think that's a great test to tell us where NEU is at this year when they play Buffalo.
Yeah, and let's go ahead and take a look at some of the records so far this season, just to give you an idea of where everybody is, where everybody falls in line. Like we said, we have 3 undefeated teams still. Us, Ohio, Miami. We have 1 team at 3-1, Akron. We have 3 teams at 2-2, BGSU, NEU, Kent State. 3 teams at, 4 teams at 2-2. NIU is also in there. Then 3 teams at 1-3, Western Michigan, Central Michigan, and Eastern Michigan. So all the Michigans in that little pocket right there at the 1-3.
About the state.
Oh, were you gonna say anything?
No.
Okay.
I was just throwing in there. It looks
Oh.
like Michigan's having quite the time in Overwatch.
They might be really good at football, but not this.
They are 3-9 as a collective state in ESC Overwatch.
They are 3-9.
And then down there at the bottom, you got Buffalo, NKU, and U Toledo, who we've seen Buffalo. I don't think we've seen NKU yet.
We have not seen NKU.
And I don't think we've seen Toledo either.
I don't think Kentucky University. We've not seen NKU at all yet. U Toledo. Toledo having a rough year.
We will see NKU this Thursday, though. That's who we play
We
this
will.
Thursday.
Yes.
Hopefully 1-3 NKU.
Well, let's hope so. NKU in past years kind of has. They've been up and down. They've kind of been in the mid. They've never really been at the top, but they've kind of been in the middle of the pack, and now at the bottom of the pack. It's really hard.
It's hard to place them because you know they're better than that 0-3 record. At least
They
have
are.
been in previous years.
They absolutely have, and it's kind of it's. I expected them to be in the middle of the pack in that kind of 2-2 area this year, maybe even the 3-1 area with Akron, but right now it just doesn't seem like they're having the season they want to have.
It is kind of crazy that Akron is the only 3-1 team, that there is no other 3-1 team besides Akron.
We had a very at the beginning of the season, the first couple weeks, we had a very definitive line between the certain packs of the teams, and you kind of see it right here. If we hadn't played Akron this last week, we probably would still see even bigger difference between the records in these teams. But I mean, yeah, it's still pretty segregated as you can see. But I have a feeling it'll probably even out as the season goes on, as they play more games, as records start to differentiate from each other. But now back to this Ball State Ohio game. As we mentioned, 2 undefeated teams, 2 of the 3 undefeated teams left in the ESC Overwatch currently. Now there are some interesting changes from last year Ohio to this year Ohio. They did lose one of their best players, Flex CPS, known as
Kuna.
Kuna. Kuna is a big loss for them. It was a very big part of the program. I don't know who. I believe they replaced it. Either it was, I think it was Fresco, who took Kuna's spot. Akasora sounds really familiar to me. If I'm wrong, I'm so sorry, Ohio, but
well,
I believe
we're already talking about this Ohio roster. How about we go ahead and take a look at it?
Yeah, let's take a look at this Ohio roster. Now, those supports, those supports we'll get to in a second. Those might be some
recognizable
names.
One recognizable name. The other one will require a little more context.
A couple of them. Yeah, they changed careers. So let's start at the tank. We have Crazemang on tank. We have on damage Akusora and Fresco, and on support we have LeBron James and Dexter Pittman.
Yeah, so for those of you that aren't aware, Dexter Pittman was with the Heat from 2010 to 2013, one-time NBA champion, currently plays in Spain. I do believe he was also one-time NBA G League MVP. He's definitely not in the same tier as LeBron James, but he was on that team.
He was on that
with
team.
LeBron James in Miami. So.
And it makes me think that whoever this person is that chose Dexter Pittman in the name must have chosen it between the time of 2010 and 2013.
Well, either that or they're just being funny. They switched it because LeBron, Dexter Pittman was like the big guy on the Heat. He was like the center. He was like your 4 or 5. Your big man.
Yeah.
So it could have just been pulling a little funny. 20-time All-Star LeBron James taking a break and joining the collegiate Esports.
Yeah,
Overwatch
yeah.
team.
I mean, just got done last weekend with the All-Star.
I mean, he was already in Indianapolis.
Might as well just stay. You know,
Yeah.
might as well just stay, see what's going on, hop in the ESC, go back, not go back, but join Ohio.
I mean,
And play some
homestay.
games and play Ana, it looks like. Maybe his favorite character, or that might just be what was used for the graphic. But I doubt we're going to see any Ana tonight. That'd be shocking in this current meta of the game. But yeah, LeBron James, Dexter Pittman, that's who we're looking forward to seeing tonight.
Lethal 1-2 combo back there in the back line.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Now let's take a look at the Ball State roster. You guys know him. You guys love him. We have Spencer. We have Spencer on tank, Ninja Curly Fry, and you can't see Ghost on damage. You have Yakester and Raven on support. Now we know what that support line can do. We know what that damage line can do, and now we know what Spencer on tank can do. He was DPS last year, switching up the tank. I think that he has really shown his mettle this year.
I think so as well. I mean, I think this entire Ball State team has. There's only one person that did not return with the team, the varsity team from last year. That's You Can't See Ghosts. They were on the team last year, just not quite good enough to be on the varsity roster. Here they are. They stepped up this year, and they have been doing fantastic.
Yeah. Hitting, I mean, You Can't See Ghost on Soldier and has been an absolute menace to the other team, and he's just so accurate. And now with the projectile changes, including expanding every projectile, Soldier is going to become even more deadly. And we saw it last week with the ray gun and just Soldier in general. And I have a feeling we're going to see it this week as well as Soldier, who I think might come into the meta a bit more.
I mean, yeah, but going back to You Can't See Ghost playing Sojourn, that originally was Ninja Curly Fry's number one pick. So You Can't See Ghost taking the Sojourn pick from Ninja, and Ninja has just ran with it. I think this has given Ninja the freedom to pretty much play how they want to play.
Yeah.
They get to play the DPS they want to play. They aren't. I could be wrong, but I do believe that Ninja was moved to the flex DPS spot, meaning they can play Mei, Tracer, whatever it wants. And then You Can't See Ghosts. I forgot gamer tag. You Can't See Ghosts. Talking about him. I don't know why I blanked on it. But slides into the main DPS, Soldier, a lot of that.
Yeah.
So I think that has been kind of a crucial part to this team that has been overlooked from these other teams. You have a completely free Ninja to do whatever they please. That's a scary, scary thought.
That is a really scary, scary thought, and I think it has to do a lot with Otta as a coach now. I think Otta may recognize that and is like, hey, let's move you over to this thing, over to this angle of your play, and we'll move Ghost here, and just try something new. And I mean, giving Ninja that freedom, I mean, they've really, like you said, they've flown with it. They've absolutely just crushed that new role that they've been given. But I mean, I think that's just Otta's, Otta is doing a really good job of finding the I'm missing the word, but finding the goodness in this team.
Oh yeah, and like you said, I believe it does start
Helping this team prosper. Prosper is what I was trying to think of.
And I do think it starts from the top down. I think it starts with Coach Otta, and we've talked to Otta, we've seen what this team has done. I mean, I would be very surprised if they don't go back to back.
No, I would be shocked, especially from what we see now. I think we've had a 3-0 victory every time we've been in game, and I would be surprised.
I think it might have been 3-1 when we were on the ESC broadcast in the very beginning.
Yes, it was. It was 3-1. We've only lost one game so far this season, which I'd say is still a pretty good record to have.
Not even a game.
One round. One round in a series. I think that's still a pretty decent record to have so far.
I mean, yeah, you only drop one round. I mean, that's
it's not.
It's almost perfection. I mean, I don't know. Season's over. We lost that one round. Pack it up, go home.
We're gone. Yeah.
Well, you just saw it fall over. I guess it's time to acknowledge it. The box is back once again.
Always.
45 viewers for the box. Very easy, very attainable number. 45, quick, cool, crisp. That's all it is. Get us there. We'll open the box.
We didn't get the box last week, but this week you guys better pull out. Invite your friends. Invite your family. Send them to the link of the stream. If they're an Overwatch fan or if they just want to have it open on their phone, that's cool. But if they just want to have some entertainment tonight, this is the place to be. So make sure to tune in. Show your friends, show your family, send it to whoever you like. Send it to your crush. Who knows? Maybe she likes that. Maybe they like that. Him, her, them.
I don't know. It is past Valentine's Day, though.
It is past Valentine's Day, but it's never too late for some Overwatch. ESC Overwatch, in fact.
I guess that's true. Yeah. I thought you were going to turn it into like something about Valentine's Day. So I was like waiting for that. I was already thinking of like things to say for that. So when you did do that,
even when it is Valentine's Day, I forget it's Valentine's Day. So
it's a little hard when you don't have anyone celebrate
that's
with.
true. That's true. This is about to get really sad if we keep going this route. So I think we do have a quick video for you guys to watch just to show you what we're all about. If you're new to this channel, show you what Ball State Esports is all about, show you what this team can do.
Something else has been brought to the table from Blizzard and
Yeah.
Activision.
Yeah.
This new game patch is truly game-changing. Like,
There's a lot.
I would say borderline game-breaking.
We're looking at it right now, so you can see it's hit there about a couple centimeters off the target.
That
You
doesn't
can
hit.
still
That doesn't hit yesterday. That doesn't hit yesterday.
No. They announced these patches and these fixes. I don't want to say fixes. A month ago,
Yeah.
everybody hated them, and they still added them. So thank you, Blizzard.
But I think what's hilarious is one of
Can't show the brand.
One of the
I think let's
Yeah,
look at
see-
Bastion.
see, like that is a lot closer than
I don't know. That's pretty bad.
it's bad, but I don't think it's anywhere near as bad as
No,
the other
no.
DPSs.
Can we actually see Widow real quick? I want to see Widow. Okay. I'm gonna thank you, Carlos. I didn't realize this was in real time, actually.
Oh yeah, this is real time.
Okay. Let's take a look at Widow.
Live sports production, baby.
Absolutely. Gotta love it. That's nuts. That is crazy. I cannot believe my eyes. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
Can you go lower? I want to see lower. How low? That's incredible. That's incredible.
Yeah, so patch everyone really loves. People were asking for it.
Oh my god!
It's been on the mind of everyone. You know, this is truly what Overwatch 2 players want. So like, like if you have an issue with this, I mean, you just aren't an Overwatch 2 player.
You're just
honestly.
not. I mean, I'm not. So, at all actually, I stopped playing the game. That's not. I like every time I see it. So you can hit the brim of Ash's hat and kill her.
It wasn't even in the brim, bro.
Now you can see our faces right now with how absurd this is. If you're not familiar with Overwatch, let me just tell you that the game should not be like. Even the box can't handle it, which we haven't talked about.
I don't want to see that.
No, the box
I don't
want to
blame
see it. So, by the way, 55.
Shield your eyes. We can't let the young ones see stuff like that.
No.
Little Battle Mercy.
Oh, yeah? Oh, my God! What? It's Mercy! What is that? What is that? What the? I can't say that on stream. I don't know, I'm wearing jeans. You can't see that. I'm totally not wearing jeans with a suit top. I'm going somewhere after this. I had to do time. He's still out for the count. I think we're gonna get to the game soon. Just telling from the invite from Ada. I thought you had. I'll be honest. The glimmer from your glasses. I thought you had a tear running down your face, which
I want to, bro.
I want to cry.
And there you saw it last week. Overwatch did put out one of the updates of all time.
One of them all of time, and probably one of the, arguably the best update I've ever seen from Overwatch.
I mean, you heard me say it there.
If they want to put their game in the gutter, which, let's be honest, I don't know what went through mind. Like, what do we need? Blizzard sat down like, what do we need right now? What is really going to help us connect with the players?
Let's make the game most unplayable as possible.
Let's
They'll
make
love
the
that.
projectiles even bigger. And let's make Mercy's even... I've seen a clip of Mercy being able to hit around the corner because of how big the projectile is. See, there goes Ninja Curly Fry. They can't even stand it. They saw that video and was like, I'm out.
I don't blame them.
I don't blame them at all. I think
Like that triggers my flight or flight, and
Yeah.
I don't want to fight. I just want to leave.
I want to fly because I'm a Ball State Cardinal.
And we do fly.
We do fly.
Yeah, there's no way I'm throwing up a chirp chirp.
No.
No way.
Yeah.
Not in the slightest.
So,
You know who can fly?
Who?
I mean, Kuna's not at Ohio anymore.
That's true. We don't know where Kuna's going to go. So we did mention, so if you're just joining us, Kuna was a former player of Ohio University. Probably, arguably one of the better players that they have. They're one of the biggest assets as a DPS, I'll say. And unfortunately, he did leave Ohio, leaving a pretty big hole to be filled. And it is filled by either Akasora or Fresco. I think it's Fresco that is the new face for them, but I'm not entirely sure. Don't take my word on it. But yeah, we don't know where he's going to go.
All I'm saying is if Kuna wants to fly.
Kuna can fly. He can come here and fly.
Maybe even soar.
I believe we will have a spot opening up when Ninja Curly Fry does end up graduating. So,
all I'm saying.
Once again, big shoes to fill from Ninja Curly Fry. But if anybody can fill them, it's possibly.
And not only that, you got Coach Otto up there.
You do got Coach Otto, so you know anything could happen. But you
work
never know.
that talent.
Maybe Kuna is looking towards another school like Miami, looking towards another school like Akron. They want to bring Akron back up because we know Akron, one of the most decorated teams in the ESC currently. I mean, yeah, you never know what could happen. They could come fly, or they go be a kangaroo.
They could go be a zip.
They could go be a zip, whatever
the hell that is.
I don't know what that is at all. So,
Beats
yeah,
me.
I have no idea.
It's a question everyone wants the answer to. What in the heck is a zip?
In the heck.
In the heck.
In the heck.
Is a zip, but it doesn't matter
What the
because
heck?
tonight we are facing the Bobcats of
Heck.
Ohio University. These Bobcats just happen to be undefeated, like us.
Just happened. Yeah,
Just happened.
and if you're unfamiliar with the rules of Overwatch, specifically competitive Overwatch, there will be, this is a series comprised of first to 3. So there at most there could be 5 rounds.
Best of 5, first to 3.
What did I say?
You were right. I was just condensing it.
I wasn't sure if I said best of 3. So yeah, best of 5, first to 3. There will be at least 3 rounds, obviously. And at most 5, and each round will be a different game mode. I believe the first one,
Unless we get all the way till the end.
Unless we get all the way around, and then we'll have a bit of a repeat of a game mode. But I believe the first game mode that we do usually have is
CTP.
hard point or capture point.
Capture the point.
I always call it hard point. I don't know why, but I know that's more.
It would have been hard point last Thursday if we got a stream out. Illinois COD. Anyway, so first game mode will be capture the point. So first one to get on the point, capture the point all the way up to 100%.
I wasn't part of that.
Will be the winner. That is best of 3 as well. So first to 2 points will take that round. After that, it is hybrid because we always go to Kings Row. It is hybrid, so you have to capture the point, and then you have to push the payload, which you get by capturing the point, all the way to the end. There may be a stop or 2 on the way as checkpoints. And then after that is Flashpoint, the newest game mode for Overwatch. It is just like Capture the Point, except on like 100 speed. So that is also first to 3 in that singular game mode. So you capture the first point, you capture the second point. Let's say the other team gets third point, 2-1, you go cap that third point. It's over with. The big thing with this, though, is the capping speed is like 3-1, which by that it's like you get 2 to 3 ticks more every second that you have the point than you would have gotten in the first capture the point. So Flashpoint is just a lot faster of a game mode, more hectic.
And from what I'm hearing, the first round, the first game mode, the first map, we already know the first game mode is B, but the first map is going to be Antarctic Peninsula. That is going to be the first map. And I knew that reaction was coming. That is not, it is one of the maps of all time. It is not one of the greatest maps of all time. It is not one of the worst maps of all time. It is just a map.
It is one of the maps of all time. I'm not a fan of it.
I'm not the greatest fan.
I wasn't a big fan of it when it came out either.
No, everybody uses it just because it is new. But it does also, in a competitive standpoint, it has its perks to use. It has a lot of cover that you can use around the game point.
Why would you pick Antarctica when you can pick almost any other CTP map and it'll do the same thing?
That's also true. I mean,
like, that's what I don't know. I don't know what makes this so different from all the other capture the point maps.
The maps are predetermined each week. Is from what I'm hearing right now.
So
The
it's
first map is predetermined each
like
week.
they don't decide. They don't
No,
pick.
not the first map. So the maps previous, I actually did not know that until
I didn't
just
either.
now.
I thought it was always between the teams.
We've been casting Overwatch for about 3 years. Never knew that about the ESC. Just learned that now. Good
yeah,
to
I always
know.
figured it was like a coin toss. You get first map, they get
Yeah.
second map, you get
Yeah.
third map. That's what I thought.
I think it might be the loser picks second,
yeah, I think that is true.
which makes sense, you know. But
I never knew
Yeah.
that. I guess I never really thought too much about I guess map picking. I never have to worry about it. I just have
No.
to call what happens.
no, yeah, same. And I was about to say I just have to wait in the queue to get into a game, and it picks the map for me. But I don't have to play this game anymore for very specific reasons.
know what else you have
that
to-
entire highlight video also covered.
You know what else you have to wait in a queue for?
What?
Helldivers 2.
Oh, yeah, heard about this. It's a great game, but man, are the servers bad.
Well, the only reason the servers are bad is because they weren't expecting over 400,000 people to be playing the game.
And that's understandable. It's kind of what happened to the Payday 3 servers when it first came out. They didn't realize their game was that big.
And
then
the thing with Helldivers is like it came out and it like for a while it ran perfectly fine,
It did.
and then it blew up.
Yep.
And that's where all the issues are coming from now.
Yeah, I'm sure when they get that fixed, it's going to become an awesome
Well,
game.
and they already are like they've already almost remedied it completely.
Yeah.
At least for me, I'm able to get on instantly now.
You
so.
gotta love developers that care about their game and care about their audience and care about quick fixes.
Yeah, I can name 2 right now that do a terrible job of that.
One is about the game that we're about to play, and Antarctic Peninsula is a perfect example of that, I feel.
I
And
mean-
Kings Row is a perfect example of listening to your viewers.
Well, the only reason Kings Row is good is because it came from the first game.
Very true. A lot of these maps came from the first game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And those are the only good maps.
Yeah, coincidence. All the new maps are
Are
bad.
bad. Yeah.
Who would have guessed?
Not me. I would have.
I was going to say Behavior in Dead by Daylight. You want to talk about a terrible game?
Oh man, I've never even played
Someone
that
who
game.
has played over 400 hours in it? That game sucks.
I've heard that that's like a really actually highly competitive game. And I found the hydraulics in my chair. Not hydraulics, whatever that is.
It sucks. It's not good. The developers don't
The
care
chair?
about it. Well, I like the chair. You know,
I love this chair.
Ball State chair. You can actually get one of your own of these. I don't know where the QR code is, but
I don't have one, and it's really expensive.
it is really expensive. But you can get your own.
You can if you want. If you're just a diehard Ball State fan, you can get in. And I do hear that we are about to go into the game onto Antarctic Peninsula.
Also, if you're a big fan, check out our socials, BSU Esports on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And you obviously know what the Twitch channel is, so go ahead and subscribe. Make sure you don't lose us.
Good plug. Good plug.
I mean,
Good
it's
plug.
it's perfect.
I
Just like this
need to
Ball
stop pressing
State
this.
team and Ohio team are both perfect
struggling
so
with this
far
chair.
throughout the year. 4-0, 4-0. We should be getting into game here soon. The only blemish on this Ball State record is that single round that they have dropped.
I'm struggling with this chair, man. And yeah, I mean, we're gonna see what the picks come out as soon. And I have it's nothing different than we saw. We are gonna see Spencer.
Ash. We don't see Ash a whole lot,
We do not
especially from
see
UKC
Ash.
goes. I mean, this may be what our Antarctic Peninsula
You know what?
is.
You know what we did not try with the projectile increase?
Symmetra.
Symmetra.
That is true.
Her right click.
Yeah, I don't know how
Her
that
right
would
click
play
would be
out.
pretty nuts. So yeah.
Well, my guess is that they're only playing Symmetra to get the Symmetra teleporter out to begin,
also
and then
agree, I agree.
they'll just switch. Ninja will probably go back to Tracer immediately.
Yeah. That's exactly what's gonna happen. It's gonna happen on both sides as well.
So, to explain the point of that, so Symmetra has an ability that is a teleporter. You can throw it down. All your team can teleport through it. If you do it right in front of the spawn, you can just go back into the spawn, switch your character, and it's pretty much just free ground to try and make up to get to that point ever so just slightly faster.
Yeah, it's very useful, very popular among teams in competitive Overwatch. You don't see it very often in
Team fight off the point
like
to start,
foot fight,
start,
and yeah.
start off the match.
And to start it off, we're gonna see You Can't See Ghost. He's gonna fall. He falls. And that's the first kill of the game.
Yeah, we're slowly moving on to point here. Yakester does go down. fighting a very uphill battle there by himself. This Ball State team kind of came out and they got disconjointed. They weren't all together. You know, you can't see Ghost was off by themselves. Ninja Curly Fry was off by themselves. Yakester and Spencer just kind of felt the brunt of the attack there. And Ohio rolls right onto point, pun intended, because they do have Wrecking Ball, rolls right onto point and caps it. And this can be a little confusing. So the red is actually Ohio and Ball State is blue. It's just one of the beautiful things of Overwatch.
Yeah. It just seemed like Ball State couldn't get in line at that this first team battle, and that just hurt them badly. They struggled to stay in formation, but right now it seems like they're going to do a good job of it. Fresco is already down off of Raven Strider. LeBron James falls.
LeBron James.
Maybe he needs to go back to the NBA. Now onto the Zenyatta. Ball State picking them off one by one. They finally get the point.
Dexter Pittman also fell.
Dexter Pittman and LeBron James have fallen. They won one championship together, but can they win ESC Overwatch? We shall see, but for that second battle does go to Ball State. Ohio on the cusp of 50% on the point. Ball State slowly ticking up, and now they're going to play this high aggressiveness, and it's going to work out for them. LeBron James falls, and so does Fresco.
This is classic Ball State Overwatch.
Yeah.
They get the point, and they push all the way out past the point. Up in your face, in your own spawn. That is demoralizing if you're the opposing team on the opposite side of this Ball State attack. I mean, you can't even leave your spawn. That is just, like, to me, that is one of the most aggravating things, because at that point, you know you're just getting outplayed, and there's nothing you can do about it. But Ohio, as good as they are, they won't stand for it. They can get out, and they will, but you can't see Ghost is going to shut down the Sojourn, and that's going to hinder their progress a lot here. They need to fall back unless they think that they can take these fights, because Ball State is together now, and we know when they're together, they are dangerous.
Yeah, Ohio's really been pushed back on their heels right now. And
yeah, so Ball State once again, aggressive style of offense here. The Zen ult does go out by Dexter Pittman. LeBron James also, the 2-1 combo, just like in Miami. They throw out both their ults, but amount to nothing. They get shut down. Get Stephen Curry out here the way he just threw up a 3-1 lead on him.
Ninja Curly Fry with the double pick.
He was in Cleveland when that happened, but I don't care.
Ninja Curly Fry gives Dex Pittman a good punch in the face, ending that out. Then finds a second kill. They have 85% and counting. LeBron James already down on his health. That's not what you want to see. Ball State with this in-your-face approach. It's very hard. We're going to see. That's a wrecking ball ult. It's going to send out a bunch of mines. Cannot step on those mines or they will explode, as you would expect. Spencer finds LeBron James taking out one healer, but he's going to get slowly pressured by the rest of the team. Ninja Curly Fry. He's on a 1v2, and now he can't find it. Ninja Curly trying to find a way to escape. He is being followed. Finally gets back to spawn. Will Ohio try the same aggressive in-your-face approach as Ball State? I highly doubt it. Ball State does it too well.
Yeah, and if you look at Ohio here, they are being very, very defensive. It's just I don't like this. You know how aggressive Ball State is, so you're going to back off the point and spread out? You need to stick together, because Ball State is great.
I'm going to disagree with you, because I think this is exactly what we've seen Ball State do before, and it's working out in their favor. Fresco finds 2 kills. Spencer's getting pressured hard now. He's going to fall. Dexter Pittman finally gets that kill on the Spencer. That's exactly what Ball State does. They find a way off the point, and then
but they typically do it in front of the point, not...
Yeah, and I think Ohio might take this round. They do. They're going to take this point, and now we go on. Ball State has to win 2 in a row in order to win this round. Ohio pulls it out on the first time. We saw a lot of mistakes from Ball State there, and a lot of good play from Ohio.
Well, and that's the reason they get scholarships to play, and I am casting. I mean, I'm surprised that worked for him. I thought Ball State would come out a lot more aggressive there, you know, kind of capitalize, because that is one thing that they love to do, is turn those one-on-one fights into one-on-2, two-on-3, macro to micro, and it just didn't happen there. I figured that flipped the script on me. I mean, I'm bamboozled, shell-shocked, perplexed.
Yeah, we thought Ohio was going to have a pretty big hole in their team after the departure of Kuna, but maybe we underestimated them. And, I mean, there we are, seeing the Symmetra TP again. Swap back to Tracer. We're on the second match of Antarctica. I just like this one quite a bit more.
The only thing separating these teams right now comp-wise is the Soldier and it used to be the Tracer. Now it is the Cassidy, because they switched to Tracer as well.
Spencer
so now
on his
Cassidy.
own there for a moment in the back line, had to go back with the team. That was a dangerous position to put himself in, but he finds Fresco. Crazemang is going to find 2. Ghost and Curly Fire out. That's a whole DPS line out for Ball State. And Raven falls. Now it's just Spencer all on his lonesome. No healing behind him. He's at low health, and he finally falls. Ohio wins this fight once again. They have the point.
Yeah, and another big difference in the comp is Wrecking Ball. And I think Wrecking Ball might be the real thorn in the side for this Ball State team because of the mobility he has. He's able to just roll around. Let's say Ball State does get that 2-on-1. Wrecking Ball can get over there in a matter of seconds and even it out. 3-on-1 doesn't matter. He can take the damage and let his DPS or support get out of there.
Exactly. I don't think... I think the Junker Queen pick is not working for them right now. I think they need to... we haven't seen much changes. We do see Raven swapped over to the Brigitte. That's going to be a little bit of a change there. LeBron James finding an early pick onto Ninja Curly Fire before the battle even starts. Wrecking Ball close to dead. If they can find this pick on Crazemang before he really gets back to full health, this could be big for Ball State in this battle. He's close again, but he finds Ghost. Not much is going to come out of this. Akastora's got him backed up. Raven's trying to find LeBron James. Support be support, but they are getting swarmed right now. What's they can do? 50% on
I think
for Ohio. This battle is still going. Ninja Curly Fire finally backs out where he needs to.
I really think it's the high mobility of this Ohio team. Like, you look at Tracer, obviously high mobility, can flash around the map. Soldier has a sprint. Wrecking Ball, we talked about, they can roll. Kiriko can teleport, and Lucio's entire character is that he has a speed boost and heal boost. I mean, I think the mobility of this Ohio team is really giving Ball State troubles.
They're finally finding some momentum here. Ninja Curly Fire finding 2 picks, trying to open up the waves for Ball State to get here. Jakester in a 1v1 with the Kiriko. He does fall. Crazemang finds 2 kills. This immediately turned around on its face for Ball State. They're going to fall. This could be an Ohio win for round 1. Last minute ult from Spencer doesn't do anything to help. That's the Ball State team gone. Ghost falls. He can't touch the point. The Yanks are trying to find it, but they shut him down quick. Ball State's going to fall. Round lost for Ball State. Something we are very not accustomed to seeing. Something Ball State is not accustomed to feeling.
Yeah, very far and few in between our round losses. Like we talked about, they have the 1 round loss on the year as Fresco gets play of the game here as Soldier.
We got to remember that both these teams are undefeated. We can't go in underestimating any teams.
I think the thing Ohio did here was kind of play a better... They played Ball State's game and played it better than them. That high mobility is really what did it for me.
That's what hurt Ball State in the end. And usually we'll see a lot more of adaptability from Ball State. We'll see a lot more changes. We didn't see anything there, and it seemed to me like the Junker Queen wasn't working. But then again, I'm not at the level they are with playing, so I don't know what they're seeing. It could have been something else. But the Junker Queen just seemed to not be working for them at the moment, and I'm surprised that they didn't try to make a change when it started to not work.
Yeah, and it's really, like I said, I can't get over the mobility. I don't know how no one has tried this.
No.
Miles walking by, taste of home over our own sim racer, a Leaf, coming out somewhat soon. I
wouldn't be so sure about soon.
Well,
we got
the
a
end of the
Philly
semester.
tomorrow, and sometime before the end of the semester.
Be on the lookout for that.
No promises about within this month or within the next month.
But turning back to Overwatch, Ball State down 1-0 in the rounds here. Ohio also undefeated, like you said. Ball State's got to, I think they are now in throw it at the wall and see if it sticks mode. That's what I would do. I would get with Ada, be like, all right, they out-mobilityed us. What do we need to do? What picks do we need to do? Because I really think any of these players, you can put them into any hero and they will do just fine. So I wouldn't
be surprised if Ada is thinking about that right now. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he was telling them that right now. I mean, the thing about coaches like Ada, that they're always thinking, they're always strategizing. And we've seen it, and we heard from, who did we interview last week? I think it was Yakester, if I'm correct.
Yep.
Yakester himself said that Ada is making them, that with the implementation of Ada, they're thinking more during the fight, before the fight, just throughout the game, and they're playing smarter. I didn't see too much of that in that last battle, and I hate to talk bad about Ball State, but I mean, we got to be unbiased to a point, and I just feel like they didn't play the way that we've been seeing them play the past 2 weeks, and maybe they just weren't ready for the high mobility that Ohio State had, or Ohio University had, not Ohio State. We would only see Ohio State if we were in the Big Ten Esports.
Ohio came out and they socked Ball State in the mouth. They did. They knew exactly what they wanted to do, and they did just that. Everyone has a plan until you get punched in the face. Here we see Midtown, which is an interesting pick. This is a pick we don't see a whole lot, and this is
this is not hybrid. This is payload.
This is hybrid.
Midtown?
Yes, it is hybrid.
No, this is
hybrid. I'm telling you.
This is hybrid. No, you're right. This is hybrid. I
will bet money because the amount of times that I have gotten just absurdly probably things I can't say on air on this map. Trust me, it's been ingrained in my brain.
Yeah, this map is.
It's interesting.
It's a very interesting map because you have this first. You have a lot of weird kind of turns and angles, and this first part of the map can really be used as an example because, I mean, right out of spawn, you're put into this little funnel. Mm-hmm. You can go into the building aside of you, but that's just another funnel for you to be in, and if the defending team positions themselves in the correct way, in a certain way, it's really hard to get by them. And a Reinhardt or what we've seen in Roadhog, personally I've seen a lot from competitive play on this map, it can really just funnel you out because if you go into that building, the Roadhog can just pick you out. If you're playing against a good Roadhog that doesn't miss their hooks, you can just get picked out, a support, and then you have a support gun. You have a DPS gun.
Busy day in Midtown.
You have one of your squishy characters gone. Yeah, I've actually never noticed that about this map. I never actually looked up and seen all those cars going. So, but there's a lot of, as you can kind of see here, and you do also have the upper area, but that's only if you can get there. It's kind of hard to get up there.
Thinking of it now reminds me a lot of Kings Row. Minus the opening. The opening is a lot more open on Kings Row.
The second half reminds me more of Kings Row, I'd say. The second half is also pretty tight.
But if you think about it, the subway acts as the wall that Kings Row normally has. Except the difference here is that they are able to get on top of that wall now. And I don't know. To me, it reminds me a lot of Kings Row. I guess all hybrid maps are kind of the same. I guess they all are kind of modeled after Kings Row.
I need to ask Carlos to please go back to that movie poster that says "When Faces Clank." Please. It's right there. No, it's right there. I've never noticed that, but when faces clank is the funniest thing to me for whatever reason. Now we are going to see a early push into this building that I was talking about, this sort of funnel.
You talked about switching. Here they go.
Yeah. Already on it. Sigma.
I like that pick. I like the Sigma pick.
Sigma is a good pick. Now we do have Ball State on the right here. They're in the red. Ohio is in the blue. We had to switch up because Ball State is attacking.
Ohio here on defense. Interesting, because there is a lot of sightlines and there's a lot of cover for Widow as well.
I think Ninja Curly Fries already kind of dished that out in the back line here. Poison doesn't have much health. Trying to get in the back line. Ohio ignoring him on the stairs there. I'm sorry, no, I'm looking at Ohio as if they're red now.
Yeah.
Ball State already a really good push up into the side there. Use that building well as cover and using the health packs well. This is a lot more efficient than we're used to seeing on this map especially. Usually that first choke point holds a team up for a while, but no picks have gone down yet. First one goes down there. You can't see Ghost is taken out by Crazemang on the Sigma.
Well, and the thing, too, is defense is typically set up at or in front of that subway. They didn't do that. They were set up all the way behind the point past the first checkpoint, which is interesting.
I think that's what they were trying to do with the Widow. That's kind of where the Widow came in, and it seems to be working out for them. Spencer's down, and so is Raven. That Widow able to dish out some extra damage onto the tank. That is a strategy that we haven't seen, but it seems to be working out well. Ball State's going to have to adapt accordingly. Raven Strider does switch to
this
the
Ohio team is interesting. They're doing a lot of stuff.
I'm really impressed with this Ohio team because they're thinking outside the box and they're doing things that I wouldn't think about.
It's hard to get, especially as a caster, let alone a player, it's hard to get a read on a team like this who is willing to do anything and about everything to win. And here we're seeing a lot of unorthodox play from Ohio as the defense
Two
matrix
ults come
does
out.
go out.
And so does the Sigma ult. I think that's a great gravitational flux, whatever it's
The
called.
gravitic flux.
The gravitic flux is what it is. Spencer going
Boulder
one-on-one
to
with
the
the
dome.
Sigma, trying to find it. He's gonna feel that boulder in the morning. He finally finds the other tank. Spencer's last tank standing here. This is gonna be big for Ball State. Trying to send one of these over the corner, looking for the back line, just pushing them off, giving Ball State room to cap, and they have the payload. 3:55 left on the clock for Ball State. That's the time they have to get to the first checkpoint.
Yeah, so here you see the payload now moving out. This is hybrid. We are now in hybrid, like we said. They capture that first point. Payload is out, and you see that little checkpoint up there at the top. Well, you see the line up there at the top. P is payload,
this is a
and that
great
is
ult
where the
chance.
payload is at. They need to get to that first checkpoint.
go.
Lucio gets the ult out. Yakester doing work up there. The Tracer ult does go out, gets nobody. LeBron James and Fresco do come out on top of that, getting Raven Strider and the tank Spencer, turning my little precious Pookie Bear Sigma into a Picasso painting.
That is not what I expected at all. I need that clipped. That's gonna be my ringtone.
That your ringtone?
That's gonna be my ringtone.
How about
yeah,
that
what was-
alliteration, though?
What? I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. The Picasso. Yeah.
Turn my pretty little Pookie Bear Sigma into a Picasso painting.
That's great. What we did see there in the last fight, in case you missed it, we had, I believe it was Yakester on the Lucio. He popped his ult, which was the Lucio ult, broke it down, gave everybody a lot of health on the team, but Dexter Pittman was able to counteract it with the, it's weird, it's really
just
weird.
so crazy.
It's so crazy
like,
saying
out
that.
Of all the weird like Miami Heat role players, you're gonna pick Dexter Pittman, really? Like that's just crazy. Spencer up here on the Sigma trying to just get a little bit of damage and push his payload as far as he can. Gets the boulder dropped on the dome.
This is
Defense
bad
matrix
for
does
them.
go up
Yeah, bad
from
for them.
LeBron.
He's gone. Oh, Immortality Field coming out on clutch there. Spencer maybe looking around, maybe trying to rotate to get his ult off. He's going to do it right here. Tries to take out the opposing tank. He does so well. LeBron James in the back line. They're doing a lot of damage on Spencer. Once again, saying LeBron James doing a lot of damage on Ball State team is really weird. It's really absurd. I never thought I'd be doing that as my career as a caster here on Ball State. But here we are. Ball State has control of the payload. It's just Spencer on it right now as a way to regroup. It's contested now. Ohio's going to try to push that back as much as they can. 1:40 left on the clock for Ball State. Looks like they're going to come up around this corner, but Ohio fishes them out. You know where they are. Here comes that Soldier and Urt. If they can hit, that's going to do a lot. And we've seen Ghost do it, hit so much of these shots and do so much damage with this, but he does not able to get anything out of it except for the Immortality Field.
Support play. The support play is just magnificent from this Ball State team.
That's
It
what we
really
said.
is
That's
the
what we expect
backbone
from
of
Raven.
this team.
That's what we expect from Raven and Yakester all throughout this season. Can't Ghost has 100% there. He's going to try to use it to take out the tank. So another pick that we have not mentioned much throughout this is Torbjorn. Torbjorn has been a pick that I think has also thrown Ball State off guard quite a bit. I can hear the team starting to get loud back there. Transcendence comes out from Yakester. It's going to push Ball State, give them a lot of room to do some damage here if they can. And there's the damage there. Crazy Bang falls. LeBron James able to find a pick on Ninja Killer 5 beforehand. Fresco. Ravens trying to find 3. Spencer picks up the 4th. That's Ball State team kill.
Yeah, and
Good to see you.
jumping off what you said, the Ball State team behind us is getting a little loud, and that's the first time I've heard them get loud all season.
They've been calm, cool, collected from everything that we've heard.
Ohio is giving them a nice run for their money, and I
yeah.
love to see it. I had a feeling in my stomach today. You know, the hallway smelled a certain way. It smelled a certain way outside.
like weed. I'll be frank.
And I don't think it smelled like that at all, but
It did down there. I'll be honest. Have you been down there today?
No.
It did. I
But-
won't lie.
cool. It smelled a certain way. So I felt something big, something important, something fantastic might happen tonight. And it looks like we are seeing that here. I mean, Ohio's giving Ball State a run for the money like we haven't seen all season. As Ball State slowly pushing this payload, no one back to push it yet. Zenyatta back on the point slowly, but surely getting percentage and progressing that payload. As you see, that is the Ohio spawn right there at the back end of the payload. So they are pushed all the way back. Tracer ult is up. Well, Braun James puts out their defense matrix. Gravitic Flux does go out, doesn't get anybody. Stuck on the Wrecking Ball. I'm not even used to saying Wrecking Ball because it's such a weird pick. It's such an unorthodox pick, but I do love it. I'm a little bit of a Wrecking Ball connoisseur myself.
Ball State really found their stride there in the last half of the match there. 35 seconds left. Ohio either has to beat it or meet it, or just make it to the end in order to work. The way hybrid works, or the way payload works as well, as we'll see if we end up making it to a fourth match.
35 seconds left. I didn't think they had any time left the way they were fighting.
Yeah. It was weird. But the way this will work, if Ohio makes it to the end,
we go into a pretty much sudden death overtime.
Sudden death. And they'll have the same amount of time that they finish with to go. If they are under a minute, they will gain up to a minute. So Ball State will have exactly 60 seconds if they are unable to stop Ohio. And if Ohio has 3 minutes, they'll have 3 minutes to capture the point and get to the checkpoints accordingly.
Yeah, and that also does include capturing the checkpoint. So if this does go into overtime, it's important to. I probably favor Ohio in overtime. I mean, the high mobility from them all day, very quick, very fast. And if you have just 60 seconds to get on that point and cap it, you have to be fast, you have to be mobile, and you have to be agile. You can't be rumbling, fumbling, and tumbling on your way to the checkpoint. You just have to get there, get in, and get out and do your work as fast as possible. And that's what Ohio has done all night long.
Yeah. And I mean, when you take on the responsibility, great power will come. One of my favorite quotes from Madam Web. Such an awesome movie. Awesome movie. And that's exactly what Ball State is experiencing. They need to take the responsibility for what they've been doing this whole season. And I think Ohio is kind of shoving that in their face. Ohio, both teams undefeated, but I feel like Ball State's kind of been the more confident team. Ohio taking sort of the same route that Ball State did, but Ball State not changing up there. We are seeing Akusora on the Echo, which is a pick that we've not seen. It's only a pick that I would expect from the likes of Ninja Curly Fry, who we've seen Echo is just incredible. He's just incredible. They're just incredible on Echo, but we are going to see a long range from You Can't See Ghost, probably be somewhat mimicking the Widowmaker that we saw last round from Ohio. And Spencer is just mowing through this. He is just a unstoppable force.
But there is a certain aspect to this, and he was pushed so far into the corner by himself. If the rest of the team was there, they could have easily capitalized, but
I don't think he was by himself. I think he still had healing with him.
I think he had the Zenyatta orb, but that's it. I don't think he had anyone else. I think he was
that's crazy.
Battling over there in the corner all by himself. And he did a heck of a job of it as Ohio rotates back into that corner now. And you see Ball State setting up where they pushed, expecting the same from Ohio.
It looks like the Ohio's going to try the same thing again. We may see a similar response from Ball State from Spencer, but we can't see it right now. What a shot from Ghost. Finds Akusora. That small hitbox on the Tracer. No problem for Ghost. And that's another team kill for Ball State. Spencer picking up, I believe, 2.
How y'all doing?
Yeah, another team kill there from Ball State, but when you've got Spencer out there absolutely battling like he has been, I mean, what else would you expect? Craze Ming on the opposite Sigma, not doing too well this round, you know, getting out there. It's just kind of tanking damage. I mean, not a whole lot of offensive output. Doing a good job here on Spencer, though, to slowly but surely get him away from this point. That way he can allow his team to go in the back door here and try to push through and behind that building the same way Ball State did on their initial attack on this point. But Ball State has done a much, much better job of defending this point. Notice how they aren't all the way back behind the point. They are up in front and in the subway, using it to their advantage, which is what Ohio did not do.
Now comes Bob. Sigma taking some, Spencer's taking some leave there, and that's probably because they have Bob, who really can act like a second tank, let's be honest, and really just dishes out the damage and acts like a mobile turret at that point. And I mean, it's working out. Spencer finds the opposite, the latter Sigma, and Fresco also falls alongside him. Right now, Ball State is doing a lot better on defense. They got a minute left on the clock, Ohio does.
That Tracer was free.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. I would have loved to see them get a Tracer pick there, especially knowing that the ult is up. 4 ults here for Ohio, probably looking to drop them all this team fight because this will be the good Zen ult there from Yakester,
wow.
snatching life from the jaws of certain death.
That's incredible reaction from Spencer there in the back. Low health in the back for Ghost. He's taken out. Yakester now in danger himself, 11 health.
3 ults down for Ohio here, nothing
Wow.
to show for it.
Well, I
Except-
say a lot to show for
Yeah.
right now. There's 3 picks down.
I
Ball
meant
State only has
point-wise.
Spencer and Raven left. And not even that, they're pushed up too high. They can't really do anything on the high in the building. I didn't even know you could go up there.
Yeah, I guess I spoke a little too soon there. Point-wise, they didn't have anything to show for it, but I guess kill-wise, they had everything to show for it as they get the...
Someone in the chat, I want to say this out loud because I feel like this deserves. They said, I'm not sure if they said Madam Web based or based Madam Web, but it sounds like they're saying Madam Web was a good movie.
Okay.
Have you watched the movie? I haven't, and I know it's bad. Anyway, back to the game. Right now, we have 2 Ohio members, Bobcats on the point, pushing it. Ninja Curly Fry and Akasora down there, duking it out. Both back out, just trying to find an easy pick on either one. Cannot find it. LeBron James finds the ladder. Baptiste Spencer is down from Dexter Pittman. The duo from Miami putting in work right now. Spencer going down this early before the first checkpoint is really bad. They're already halfway, more than halfway to the first checkpoint. Ball State needs to regroup fast here in order to make a good approach to defend this point. You got 30 seconds left. Or sorry, they have a minute and a half left, Ohio. You need to use it well before Ball State gets back here. And that's an ult.
That's a good
Grab it
Zen
on
ult.
Flux. That's a lot.
That's
a lot
good
of members
Zen
picked
ult
up
from
there,
Ohio.
but it's not going to do much.
Getting sucked up into the Gravitic Flux and dropping that Zen ult is fantastic. Gravitic Flux up for Crazeming, the Sigma for Ohio. I would probably bet that they'll wait and pair that with the not Sigma, the Tracer and Sojourn ults, since they are almost up as well. But 3K there, 4K there for Ball State onto Ohio. Fresco is now back up, ult at 70. Akasura, Tracer, ult at 95, but goes down. That'll be back up by the time they respawn. And this next team fight is going to get a little crazy. You got Yakester's ult at 94 now, hopefully, maybe. No,
Not going
there,
up.
there we go, 94 now.
Slow count.
Yeah, no joke. And then you've got, you can't see Ghost Ash and the Tracer Bomb as well. So be looking for a lot of ults this next team fight, especially with just 20 seconds remaining.
Yeah, as we go into
Here we go.
Sigma ult already.
Buckle in.
Raven Strider trying to do as much as he can to save there. That's Yakester with a fantastic Transcendence. You can't see Ghost finds Akasora with a
You can't
wonderful
see Ghost,
shot
and you aren't going to see that
And
bullet
there's
going
the
straight
bomb.
through the eyes.
through the middle of Ohio. That's going to take out Dexter Pittman. Every time I say it, it just gets funnier. Fresco's down. Crazeming's down. This Ohio team is falling apart, and Ball State claps back with the round win.
And this one belongs to the Cardinals. 1-1 here going into round number 3. An unlikely predicament for Ball State. They haven't been in this point probably at all this year. I could be wrong, but
No.
going into Flashpoint 1-1.
Except for maybe against
Servasa.
this week.
It looks like we're going to Servasa,
Ooh.
judging by the map there. Not a crazy pick. That's the normal Flashpoint pick as Raven Strider doing Raven Strider things. I mean, what else do you expect?
So this is the first time that we're definitely going to see a fourth map. And with fourth map, I think we'll see Payload. I think Payload is the guarantee that we'll see. But yeah, this is the first time we're going to go to a 4-point in our broadcast. We haven't seen that quite yet. And going on to Servasa, that's the map that we've seen on the hardpoint for every other week that we've been on here. I think it's just probably the best map for Flashpoint, mainly because of the amount of cover. And we've seen how Ball State uses cover. And from what we've seen today of
Ohio did great
Ohio is
job.
going to match them with that aggressiveness and the smart use of ground cover.
Yeah, I mean they didn't get the payload as far as they needed,
No.
but they did a great job there of using the cover. The Tracer was following the payload, knowing that the Ashe was there, staying on the opposite side of the payload, making sure they didn't get picked off, and that's what the rest of the team was doing up there on the overlook. When you go on that midway, when you go under where they kind of stalled out, the rest of the team was up there, and they were on one side or the other. They didn't want to get caught in the crossfire with that Ashe just out in the open.
Yeah, especially when the Ashe is in the hands of somebody like You Can't See Ghost,
Obviously.
who you know is going to be hitting shots. And we saw it against the Tracer. The Tracer, one of the smallest hitboxes in the game. I think the smallest hitbox in the game, if I'm not wrong. And he's still hitting shots no matter what. So, I mean, you know Ohio's going to pull out the strats. You know Ball State's going to pull out the strats. And I think this is going to be really interesting to see because I've grown to really like Flashpoint from us watching. I've grown to really like the pace of the game and how it's played, and I think it's going to be played really well with both these teams. I think it's going to be really entertaining.
I mean, I do too. I enjoy watching and casting Flashpoint. I hate playing Flashpoint. Flashpoint sucks.
Still haven't played it.
Flashpoint, it's hard as a player because it is so fast. It's if you aren't fast and if you aren't at like that high enough tier to just flip on a dime like these teams are, it's really, really tough because one team fight can win or lose you the point. But with these teams, you can probably bet on 2 to 3 team fights per point, and that is a lot in such a short amount of time.
If you are still confused about what Flashpoint is, I'll use Call of Duty as an example because most people have at least played a Call of Duty game in their life. It's very similar to Hardpoint. It's pretty much the exact same Hardpoint. There's just a few differences. Like Capture the Point, CTP that we saw at the beginning, there's that meter at the top where they have to get to 100% and they will capture the point. It's the same thing except the count is a lot faster, and that's how they capture the Flashpoint. They have to get that meter to the 100% and they have to do that 3 times in order to win.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like Hardpoint in any other game. I feel like it's just with Overwatch, the way it's set up and how fast and everything happens in Overwatch, it makes it feel like so much more.
Yeah.
It gets chaotic really, really fast. And if you've been here in the previous weeks, you obviously know that. But as you can see, the box is still in front of us. I think we only need like 10, 15 more viewers to get to that goal.
Come on, 10, 15, that's nothing. We can do that easily. So make sure, like I said at the beginning, tell your friends, tell your family, press share, copy the link, send it to them. That's how we'll get to open the box today. We didn't get to open it last week, but this week we have an easier goal. Should be able to hit it. We believe in you guys.
And talking about opening things up, Ball State has really opened up in these second and third rounds.
Yeah.
They're looking like the Ball State team of old that we've seen last year and a couple 3 weeks ago. That first round, may have come out a little flat. Who knows? I'm not one to say. I'm not up there on the stage, but they did drop the first round. That's tough to overcome for any team. You're already in a hole starting out the series. You don't want to start it that way. They battle back in that second round. Now they're ahead. They're tied 1-1 going into the third round, and I think the momentum is on their side, but they have to do their best to keep that momentum.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you mentioned it there. It takes a lot to be able to come off a loss like that and be able to lock in and win the second rounds, second and third rounds. Oh no, that was only the second round. I'm so used to having Kings Row in the middle there that I just feel like Kings Row always happens. But no, we had Midtown, which is a map that I really enjoyed seeing. And I really enjoyed, I'm curious to see what Ohio State's going to pull out. And I keep saying Ohio State. Ohio University, once again, we would see Ohio State if we were part of Big Ten Esports, but, just me. Ohio University.
Other sports teams see Ohio State. Our men's volleyball team will surely see Ohio State in the MIVA tournament.
Yeah, but I was talking about esports. Nah, I'm just saying, Big Ten Esports.
I mean, we are the volleyball capital of the world. Right here in Muncie, Indiana.
Yeah. I wonder who made who.
It's on billboards. Like it's.
I know, and it's crazy that they're like, yeah, we're the capital of the world, and not all the people
the volleyball.
The volleyball capital of the world, and not the teams that beat us, like Hawaii, because Hawaii is just like a famous volleyball school.
Well, I think for us, it's because we're so good at men's and women's.
That's true.
We're good at both of them. I feel like all the other schools are good at one and not the other, and vice versa.
Okay, random fact from the back room. You said salmon? Muncie is one of the biggest salmon imports in the world? in the country, not in the world, in the country, one of the biggest salmon exports in the country. I have no idea what that has to do with volleyball.
Where are they getting that salmon from? The
I don't know.
I know they were getting it from the White River.
We are the salmon capital of the world.
Of the U.S.
Of the U.S. Of the world. I'm saying that now. That needs to be put on a billboard. Salmon capital of the world.
Well, we're already called America's hometown.
Why?
I don't know. I just know that there is a sign, a big green sign with Garfield on it that says America's hometown.
Well, I guess Garfield does help, doesn't he?
So does
He
Bob
does
Ross.
help. So does Bob Ross.
And David Letterman.
Okay, and you know what? Now I'm seeing why while they say that. So now we are going to go into games soon. Oh my gosh, we may be casting Overwatch, but he can't stop us 4-year muting streak.
I can't stop my
Did you see
viewing
that
streak,
video
bro.
of the kid after his house was destroyed?
Yeah, he's
Like, and he's just... I saw that video this morning on X, and it made me laugh so hard. I sent it to all my roommates. It was awesome. But now we're going on to Cervasa. As you can see, a lot of different places for cover, a lot of different places to throw the other team off guard, and a lot of strategy can go on this map, and we know that Flashpoint takes a lot of strategy, and I'm interested to see what kind of thing that Ohio is going to pull out. As I was saying before we got into our volleyball and salmon tangent, I'm interested to see what the Bobcats are going to pull out strategy-wise. Spencer swapping to Larissa, and Crazeming,
back on the wrecking ball.
never
baby.
mind, I got really excited. We saw, what's his name, Maui?
I call him Margwa. I know that's not his name. That's like the Black Ops 3 zombie
I'm gonna
Shadows
call
of
him
Evil.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Because he looks like Maui.
Well, I mean,
On to the first
The Rock
point.
did voice Maui in.
I know.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm collaborating. Your,
Oh, okay, I appreciate it.
You know, viewer at home might not know that.
True. As backline pressure from Ohio right here from Crazemang and Akasora. Crazemang taking a lot of damage. No healers back there. If Ball State can take him out of the picture early, that'd be big for them. Trying to find Akasora. Akasora able to escape. Wrecking Ball back in action. Got some healing. Takes Spencer down to half health. Now dwindling as we speak. Ball State losing a lot of health right now. Ohio making a lot better plays. 3 down for Ball State. UK Ghost is going to fall. Ravenshard is the last one standing. Crazemang with 2. Fresco with 2. Fresco finds his 3rd. Ohio finds the first win in the battle. Team kill on the Ball State for Ohio.
Maybe this Ohio team is just point-oriented. I'm not sure. They do way better on the points than they do besides hybrid.
Yeah.
They do way better on these capture the points than they do in any type of payload setting. So maybe this is their bread and butter, and when it comes, they're just hoping to steal around when it comes to payload or hybrid. But when it comes to capture the point, there may not be a better team in the ESC than Ohio. I mean, they're giving Ball State fits here, and Ball State, in my opinion, is the top team. And
Yeah.
you can be great at one thing, but in order to be the best, you have to be great at everything.
Yeah, Spencer falling low on health here. Tries to send something. Kasune Rush comes out. You can't say go. Ghost finds 2. Yakeser finds 1. Spencer trying to clean it up. Back on.
See, and that
to Orisa here.
that was,
Go ahead.
yeah, and if you look here, 2 team fights. We're probably going to get one more, and that's going to decide who gets this point.
Yeah.
So that's how fast this moves compared to, normal capture the point.
And
a lot
I like
faster.
it. I love that. I love the faster pace of it. I think it's a lot more. I think it flows a lot more naturally than what we are used to seeing. Ravenshard trying to find the high ground. Ohio susses them out real quick.
Sus.
Thank you.
Imposters Among Us?
Oh boy.
I don't know. Well, you're looking kind of sus here lately.
Lucio. You got me. You.
Kid named Finger. Cassidy alt comes out here, but you can't see Ghost on the point, looking to get somebody that gets nobody. Was waiting, trying to see if they could just pick up a kill, trying to clear the point, and they do clear the point. Ball State here at 99%.
That Cassidy duel has been explained to me in the past. of what it's really used for in competitive manner, which is really just to force
everyone
Ohio.
off point.
Yeah, just force some space in a certain
Also
lane.
reloads your gun as well.
Yeah, it does, and it helps. It definitely has a lot of uses that people don't realize. It's not just for kills. It is really just used for zone clearing, and that's what Ball State uses there.
Oh my against the wrecking ball. They should have time to get on point though, barring and oh, they can't get on point.
They can't find it. The first point does go to Ohio. They were so busy with the wrecking ball, trying to get him out of the way. Ohio using this wrecking ball. Crazy using this wrecking ball so well as a distraction technique and as a way to get around to the back.
Yes, so
it's used in a lot of the similar manner that you would see Tracer use, just trying to find the back line, trying to find the squishy characters, and I mean, they're doing it so well.
And this is where the difference between hard point, capture point, whatever you want to call it, and flash point does come in. If this was a normal CTP, there would have been a break in the game, 1-0, you would have started over from your spawns. In flash point, you roll right into the next point. I do believe you get 30 seconds to move, and then the flash point opens now. And now it is time for the teams to move on and try to cap it. Ball State gets the first touch, but I don't think they'll be the ones to cap the point.
Oh, and that's a dangerous ult from Akasora. Finds you can't ghost, does a lot of damage on the Yakester. He's gonna have trouble recovering from that. Trying to find back, get some healing. Ohio has a firm grasp on this point right now. And oh my goodness, Crazy is putting on so much pressure, so much mobility, such fast movement from this Ohio. That is a interesting, very, very interesting ult from Kiriko. It's uses the ult so far off the point, it's not going to do too much. And now it is going to be countered by Dexter Pittman's Transcendence. Lucio versus Lucio, Yakester versus LeBron James. Who will come out on top?
Goat versus Goat.
Goat versus Goat.
Hey.
LeBron James falls to Ghost and Yakester.
Stay in your lane, buddy.
Yeah.
You ain't faced Yakester on Lucio. You may be a 20-time All-Star, but you aren't a one-time ESC Overwatch champion.
No.
Yakester has that title. You do not. Ball State gets the point, 25%. Probably, like I said last time, 2 to 3 team fights, so this probably will be the second engagement here for these two teams. And I think whoever wins this has a very good shot at taking the point.
Ball State off to a rough start already. A lot of damage done to all the teammates. Lucio has to come out. That's not what they want to see this early on. You want to save that Lucio ult for an ult from something else. Crazy Man's going to go down. That can open up a lot for Ball State. Ninja Caulifry, Spencer, and Ninja Caulifry again finding a kill. And that might win it for Ball State unless Ohio can regroup to find the flashpoint. Like I said earlier, a team needs 3 flashpoints to win.
I mean, they are a high mobility team. There is plenty of time to get back, barring I think
they're going to do it.
A javelin or something stopping them, or they could fall back and go ahead.
They're going to start this next fight.
I probably would have fallen back and played the next point because, 1 point isn't everything. But I like the aggressive thought. I like getting the point. You're up 2-0. It's that Dan Campbell thought going for it on 4th and 15.
Ohio has it. They can build this percentage up while this fight is going on. I feel like Ball State made a bit of a wrong choice about waiting. See, Spencer's getting a lot of pressure back here. He's taken out by a lone Akasora and Lucio. That's going to be big. I think Ball State might have just lost the grasp of this point. Ohio is going to pick up their number 2 unless Ball State can get back here fast. Ninja Caulifry might be saving that ult, and it looks like they're going to do it. They're just waiting for Spencer to find his way back. Ninja Caulifry has to back out quick before he can do anything. It's just him versus Akasora. Can't quite find anything. Overtime is active onto the second flashpoint. They need to step on, but that's going to be 2 for Ohio. They just need 1 more to pull this victory out.
Yeah, and if you're Ohio, I bet everyone on your team right now is just going, yippee! They're just so excited. I mean, 2-0. You're up 2-0.
I'd be playing my trumpet. I'd be pulling on my
For
trumpet
real?
right now. I'd be playing my trumpet.
I'd be doing all kinds of stuff right now.
A bit of a victory song.
You're up 2-0 on the undefeated Ball State Cardinals. You are also undefeated in Ohio. Let me rephrase that. You also have an undefeated team in Ohio, but this Ball State team is defending champions. That makes it even more so.
They're the ones to beat. Ball State is the ones to beat, and Ohio is taking full advantage of that pressure.
I apologize. I don't know what happened there. I lost train of thought. I was watching them get into a team fight, and I was trying to decide if I wanted to switch to the team fight or keep yapping. That's apologies for me. I'm a yapaholic. What can I say?
Oh, man. Akasora finding, or Ninja Caulifry, early kill on the Craze Man. That's good for Ball State. You can't see Ghost. Takes out LeBron James. Fresco's down. Dexter Pittman. He's down. All of Ohio is down. This point's going to go to Ball State, but Ohio got a few ticks. 19% for them. But it's gonna count up fast for Ball State. As we said, this is a fast counting point. Yakester already finding the high ground. We haven't mentioned it much, but you know, we're looking out for Yakester's movement this time. Every game that we cast, we're always looking for Yakester's movement. And so many ults for Ball State. 5 ults for Ball State. We're looking up for 3 for Ohio going into this fight. Ball State's got a lot to work with. It just depends on how much they want to put onto this match. They already put 1 from Ninja Curly Fry onto Fresco. It's going to take away a lot of damage output for Ohio.
Yeah, 5 ults here. I would probably save it. The ult does go out there from Dexter Pittman. It's a good ult. You can't see Ghost using that ult. Does get a pick with it on the Tracer. That's a really good pick.
Yeah.
Stops him from getting onto the point. Tracer can be a grade A nuisance on the point. So that's a good pick in my eyes. Ball State kind of holding on to a couple ults here in Spencer and Ravenstrider's ults. That was not the time to use them, and I'm glad they didn't, because there is one more team fight to be had.
Yeah, and we're going to see Alcazor counting up his ult pretty quick. Quack. I'm a duck. Ninja Curly Fry is probably going to get his, or theirs, pretty soon, I'd say, just because of how fast that Tracer ult counts up. Going into this next fight, already early pressure onto Yakester in the back. Defense matrix goes down, looking for some extra damage in this window. Spencer's going to fall. That's bad news bears for Ball State. Cardinals need to find a way to come back here. They might be able to find it with a kill on Crazy Man, but it's not going to happen. This is going to be Ohio all the way for this fight. They've got 55%. Ball State needs to regroup quickly, capture the point, get that extra percent, and they will be golden. If Ohio pulls this out, they win the 3rd round, and Ball State is in a match point position where they have to win the next match. They have to win outright.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at Crazy Bing, here's a guy who just gets in the back line and just disrupts. I mean, that's the big issue here for Ball State. Crazy Bing gets back in the back line and is taking their backbone away from them. Their support is just, you can't heal while you're getting just a wrecking ball right in your face.
While you're getting wrecked. They're literally getting wrecked.
I guess, yeah. Yeah, so Ball State holding, oh, they almost got it. They almost got overtime to fall out, but Tracer barely gets on point once again. So
Wrecking
close,
ball.
wrecking ball, and they do finally get the point here.
Wow.
Ohio's probably still feeling pretty fergalicious here, though, being up 2-1.
Pretty fergalicious, that's awesome.
Team kill there from Ball State.
I love that call. Pretty fergalicious.
What can I say? The back room's feeding me words.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yep,
okay.
yep,
I was
yep.
like, if that came off the dome, I was about to be like, holy crap.
Pookie Bear came off the dome.
Pookie Bear came off the dome,
that was
but
fully
like,
off my volition.
that's no fergalicious.
Really?
I'd
You don't
say.
think so? I think Pookie,
No.
Pookie Bear Sigma's.
Pookie Bear Sigma.
That might be my best call
Wow.
ever. You know, screw everything that happened in Rocket League. Screw. I think that might be my best call ever. But the best call ever here was going Orisa for Ball State, trying to trying to neutralize that wrecking ball as much as possible.
This back line of Ball State's still struggling with this wrecking ball. Fresco, Dexter Pittman, and like, I mean, look at all those assist kills going on, and that's all because of the wrecking ball. Lucio and Zenyatta, and I mean, wrecking ball has an assist on pretty much every single one of those kills. It's just showing you how much this wrecking ball is doing, and how much change is making towards this game, and it's doing a lot. And I think, I don't know. I mean, Orisa is proving to be a good pick for them, but Ball State's got to find a way to neutralize this wrecking ball in the back.
Orisa is the
Orisa
is the way. He's just such a nuisance.
I know.
It's hard to stop him.
It's just the man behind the wheel. Crazemang is just doing such a brilliant job. And I mean, out come the mines from Crazemang. That's going to block off a section of the map. Yakester popping his ult in response.
They know how important this team fight is.
Yeah, this team fight is gonna answer a lot of questions, and it's gonna answer who's gonna be the victor of this game. Ball State needs to win the next flashpoints outright. Spencer's looking low on health, needs some healing. Only has one healer to do it, and it's just the Lucio. Crazemang's all on his own. 82% for Ohio. It's gonna count up to 84 before Ball State can take it. Ball State needs to win the next 2 team fights in order to win this flashpoint. And if Ohio even wins 1, they will go up 2. And Ball State would need to win outright.
Yeah, they go up 2-1 here on Ball State. once again. Ball State's not used to playing from behind. They're typically used to being out in front and kind of just running with a lead. Wrecking Ball, they're doing a lot of work on the Wrecking Ball, but he does sneak on point there out through the back door.
Ball State can't let any percentage up on this point right now. They need to have full control.
It says 84%, but that'll go very, very fast.
And yeah, this could be a big mistake. They need to get on it quick. They need to get there fast. Any ults that they have, which is none actually currently, need to get there. They need someone to touch it, and someone's I believe that was Ninja Killer Fry that finally got the touch onto the point. And Ball State may have this at the last moments.
Oh my,
the last moments of life,
here.
they're gonna have it. You can't see Ghost. Finds two. Raven finds one. Spencer finds the other. Team kill for Ball State. They still have one more fight to win. They haven't won it yet. They have to win this without leaving the point, without letting Ohio touch it.
These Cardinals are causing chaos on their way to a back-to-back championship.
Shout out Cardinal Chaos.
85% here and counting for Ball State. This will be the final team fight. Will Ball State go down 2-1, or will they get this and live to fight another day in Flashpoint, make it a 5-round game here in Flashpoint, which we have not seen yet?
It's 99-99.
For all the
Ohio,
marbles.
neck and neck. Overtime's ticking down. Almost kept them off the point, but they're able to get back fast enough. I think Ball State might pull this out. They already have the back line pretty disrupted. They're taking it apart piece by piece. Ball State may have pulled out this Flashpoint. We're going to go 2-2. Next Flashpoint wins. Will it be Ohio? Will it be Ball State? We shall see. It'll depend who will go up into match point, the Cardinals or the Bobcats.
Whoever wins this wins.
Yeah.
I guess match point, series point.
Yeah,
Yeah, series point. Series point. Yeah, it's match point currently in this certain game mode. Ohio could go up 2-1, or Ball State could go up 2-1. This could be the match deciding here, because whoever wins this could carry the momentum into the next round. Flashpoint opens in around 5 seconds and some change.
There are some weird times that I'm noticing Arcosora is just able to hang around the back there uninterrupted. I mean, you saw he got a kill onto You Can't See Ghost there. Basically, he just took no damage. It was just a free kill that he got. That's just how good Arcosora and Crazemang are proving to be in this back line and just interrupting the entire flow of Ball State's teamwork. It's pretty much an even match right now. Spencer and You Can't See Ghost finally able to find some picks and some space. I mean, they are just bullying that soldier around. Fresco barely holding on to dear life, finally falls, and Ball State's going to have this point, but not before Ohio can
That's actually a really good pick there on Dexter.
It's a great...
Because that kills any momentum that they had. Like, any type of healing, that's also an ult down for that fight.
Yeah.
And any type of percentage that you can get, especially on Flashpoint with how fast it moves, is
it's gonna be detrimental.
So valuable.
Yeah.
Especially when this is the last Flashpoint you have.
Yeah.
This is your last chance to win the game.
I'm just enjoying some really good Overwatch right now.
I've been smiling this entire time because these are two great teams just going at it.
Oh, what a headshot by You Can't See Ghost.
Raven Shredder does fall there, though. That's an ult down. 5 ults from Ball State, and there will be 5 ults up for Ohio
Fresco's
here soon.
got his ult out. Now we're going to try to see a high noon from Cassidy. Doesn't do much, but it's going to drive a few off the point. Soldier ult is down. Stuck on You Can't See Ghost. He's down. Ninja Curly Fry gets one on Fresco. Arcosora finds a second. Arcosora is doing work. Back to the immortality field for Yakeser before he gets some healing. Can't get enough. He is dancing on death. Finally meets him in the face. Crazemang finds it. Finds a pick. There's the ult.
What stands in between you and winning this round? LeBron James and Wrecking Ball.
Oh man, I need that. I need to put that in like an AI picture generator. LeBron James and Wrecking Ball.
It'd probably be like LeBron dunking Wrecking Ball or something.
Yeah, against Ball State.
Yeah,
Cardinals
over Charlie
on Flashpoint. Yeah, dunking on Charlie. That is nuts. 99% for Ball State, 65 and counting for Ohio. Next fight wins. Next fight wins with how, I mean, Ball State's kind of lolling back a little bit, waiting for the right moment to strike, and that's going to give Ohio a lot of percentage here. And like Austin said, it's so valuable, every piece of percentage you can get. This next fight is going to win. I have a feeling we're going to see another 99-99 situation here.
And what more could you ask for?
Overtime's active. This fight will win.
They're getting
this
loud
match
back there. They know
they're getting really loud. Look how close that is being capped. Ball State's got some leeway. Halfway through overtime.
Ohio does have 3 right there off the point. Soldier, Dexter, and LeBron. Oh my goodness, here comes a grade A nuisance wrecking ball. They hold him off point though. They're going to keep him off. Dexter does get on point, same as Akasura and Fresco. Wrecking ball, they take the wrecking ball down. That is huge. LeBron James does get a pick on Raven. No ults here for anybody except for Tracer. 3K seals the round.
What an ult by Spencer. Ninja Coin Fry throws the ult in there. Akasura, this catch is not over. Akasura finds 3. Yingster still falls even with that ult. Ohio is going to pull it out. What a ending. What an ending.
That's just crazy.
Oh my God.
That's insanity. We were both standing up.
What?
It's Carlos's
Just ignore the crosshair.
Yeah, the crosshair. I forgot what it was called.
Anyway, we both shot out of our seat there. I thought Ball State had it, and then I noticed Akasura was still kicking. And from what we've seen, we know Akasura is going to come in strong, and that he did. Got 3 kills at the end there. And I think Ball State kind of thought they had it. I think this team were pretty confident that they had it.
I mean, you get a 3K with a Tracer ult, and there's only like one person left.
I would think it's over, but no, Akasura was there, and I think he may have had. I don't know if anybody. I don't know if anybody was there.
To my knowledge, that is the best exchange in
that is one of the greatest
Overwatch
exchanges ever. I hope that was clipped. Man,
I wish I had the caster cam on us,
I'm
bro.
posting that.
I stood up, I slammed my hands on the table.
When I saw that Tracer ult get that 3K, I immediately shot out my seat. It went about 2 feet
We both
back.
did.
Yeah, and that was incredible. And then I noticed Akasura was still there. I mean, it's just incredible. And I know, but back to the matter at hand. Ball State's down 2-1. Ohio has match point. Ball State has to win both matches coming up. They have to win the payload, and then I believe we go back to hybrid. Or no, I'm sorry. Then we go back to hardpoint, which will be into Ohio's, from what we've seen, Ohio's strong point. They are really strong with these points. They're really good, especially with the Wrecking Ball. Especially with the Wrecking Ball and the Tracer. They're really good at finding this backup.
Yeah, so obviously, that last exchange, explosive.
Oh, man.
I need a break. I'm sure the players would like a second to catch their breath after that. So we will throw it to commercial real quick, and we will be right back.
The quest for knowledge and a greater understanding is a lifelong pursuit. An ascent towards a fulfilling career and a meaningful life. As Ball State Cardinals, we learned early on that it's our responsibility to prepare and to prepare you for anything. Beneficence stands tall as a symbol of enduring values that have sustained us for more than a century. Forged during a turbulent time, the Great Depression, and from the contributions of more than 11,000 people, Beneficence inspires us. What we know about adversity is that we do not choose the time, but we do choose the response with grit, creativity, and dedication. Where tradition meets innovation, we form an enduring partnership, a formidable alliance with a deep desire to learn, to teach, to grow, to thrive, to fly. The values of Ball State University embody a wealth of opportunity, a powerful bond among faculty, staff, students, and alumni, and a bright future that includes you. Our intellect and experiences fuel our purpose and our capacity to serve our neighbors. Your journey begins now. We will remember this time for the opportunities we seized, the discoveries we made, and the lives we transformed. At Ball State University, with Beneficence as our guide, we fly.
And hello and welcome back. We're already going to look at our second map here
You're wrong.
we want to drop. We just want to drop right in. And this is another new game mode for Overwatch 2. It is called Push. There is a giant robot in the middle, and whichever team, it's kind of like tug of war. Actually, it's exactly like tug of war. Whichever team gets the robot further wins, and that robot is capable of hitting the gritty.
What?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, he did it last year. He did it last year on stream because I made a comment about it.
Are you serious?
Deadass.
I feel like you're lying to me. I don't remember.
No, I'm definitely not lying. I'm definitely not lying. That is for true.
For true.
I say for true a lot. So what you'll expect out of this map is that both sides of the map are the exact same.
Yeah.
There is no differences in this map to try and give both teams the equal advantage. So as you're seeing here, that left side is exactly the same as the right side on the other side of that statue. That statue, that's the middle of the map, baby.
Yeah, and I have a feeling that we're going to see a lot of Wrecking Ball once again. And, I mean, Wrecking Ball is going to be really good on this map. And so is the Tracer because, I mean, there's a lot of ways. Like you said, the map is the same on both sides, but there are a lot of nooks and crannies of the team. You get around the back and
look, right
flank.
here.
And, yeah, right there is
Nooks and crannies galore.
And nooks and crannies galore. And, I mean, man, we are on a roll
We're
tonight.
just having ourselves a good time.
We are on a roll tonight.
But you know this map's actually a JoJo's
There
reference?
could be a compilation of things that shouldn't be said live from tonight. And, yeah. But, yeah, Colosio, I think that's how you pronounce it.
I say Colosio.
Colosio, I like that better. But Colosio is going to be another interesting map, and I have a feeling it's going to be another interesting game. And I'm still recovering from that last exchange. I thought Ball State had it in the bag, and I'm still confused about what happened because, I mean, Alcasor just came in and somehow just mowed the back of Ball State.
Yeah, it was actually insane. Like, I can't tell you how it happened because I was so fixated on the Ninja 3K.
Yeah. That was such an incredible moment, and then it was just followed up with another incredible moment.
Not to be outdone.
Not
Akasura.
Oh, man.
You know this map's actually a JoJo's reference? I said that earlier.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is. Part 5, they go to the Coliseum.
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
I'm not even lying.
I'm only on part 3. I haven't watched it in a long time. I've been grinding the One Piece. You know.
Yeah, go ahead and watch like the first 6 episodes of part 3 and then skip till like the end. Okay. I'm not even lying. It is so long and so boring. You can watch it if you want. Really, if you pick up from Oingo Boingo and on, it's...
What in the... You just said Oingo Boingo.
Yes, Oingo Boingo. It's actually a band.
This show is ridiculous.
It's actually a band from the 80s.
Oh, cool.
80s or 90s,
cool.
I can't remember.
Is the band actually reference... Okay.
That's the stand's name in that episode. So that's kind of like the overarching...
Is one of the stands Nickelback?
No. Not that I know of.
Okay.
But there is, like, all the stands are named after, like, a band.
Right.
So, like, part 7 is called...
I'm sorry if you guys came for Overwatch, but we're not talking about JoJo. Enjoy.
I was going to say, we don't have to.
No, we can. I actually am enjoying it.
Well...
I don't know if you guys are, but I feel like we all need a little bit of a break from Overwatch from what we just saw. So please continue.
Well, I mean, you've got White Snake,
Which
obviously a metal hair band from like the 80s, 90s.
Obviously. Totally couldn't have been like a Gucci belt.
Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap.
Is that really one?
Yes, part 7. That is the main antagonist.
The AC/DC song?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
And it's literally gotten shortened to Dirty Deeds. That's just what everyone calls it, is Dirty Deeds.
The AC/DC song. I love this show, and I haven't even watched it. But you know what show I love more? One Piece. Maybe the One Piece is the friends that we made along the way.
The One Piece.
One Piece is real.
You know the dude who did that was
we can get much higher.
Was from Better Call Saul. He was one of the actors in Better Call Saul. He was like one of the main characters.
Really?
Yes.
Who was it?
It was Howard Hamlin.
Oh, okay.
It was an actor that played Howard Hamlin.
Yeah. If you're in the chat, by the way, we a while ago. Whoa. A while ago, we hit 43 viewers. That is, or 42. We have 3 away from hitting our goal and going to the box. Our goal of 45 the box. We don't know what's in it. Only the back room knows what's in it. Sometimes we get hints. This time we didn't get anything. Recently, we really haven't been able to get anything. And I have a feeling it's probably what was in the box last week. And we didn't get to see what was in it last week because we didn't get the viewer count. But if we get it today, it's just 45. Three more people. That's all we need. And then we'll be able to see what is in the box. And I want to know what's in it because I've heard a few things, heard a few murmurs. Nothing like specific that I would be able to call a hint. But
You've heard more than me then.
I've heard like a few. That's it.
That's it.
That's all I've heard. It was actually in the.
You heard like the Charlie Brown, like the wah, wah, wah,
yeah,
wah.
Charlie Brown's mom is in the box right now.
Really?
Speaking.
Can you hear her? What's she saying? She's saying Ball State and.
She's saying that Ball State
3-2?
needs to. Ball State 3-2. I feel like that's what she said throughout the entire Charlie Brown series. That's only what they've said. And I'm feeling we're going to go into the match hopefully soon. I think the teams are probably still in a timeout at the moment.
I would imagine because, like, especially Ball State. I mean, that is
would need a break.
Heartbreaking
I would need a break. But I think we are still waiting on both teams to be ready. But in the meantime, I mean, we could talk a little bit more about, I mean, coming in today.
We can talk about anything we want.
We could really talk about
We have
anything
live
that's
mics.
If you're at, that is true.
That's scary.
Really? Since when? I've been talking this whole time. They can hear me? Oh, it's terrifying. But in the chat, text an anime that you want us to talk about. And if anybody answers with an actual anime, we'll talk about that anime while we're waiting. But in the meantime, I do want to mention, I'll be honest, I also underestimated Ohio coming into this. I was assuming that we're going to see another Ball State blowout. But Ohio's gracefully surprised me. And honestly, I'm glad to see Overwatch of this caliber. And I would love to see if Ball State came back, but I would also love to see just some more good gameplay that we have been seeing this entire series.
Yeah, I mean, coming from Ball State, we obviously favor the...
Yeah, I mean, deep down, there's a bit of bias.
Obviously. I mean, this is the Ball State University Twitch channel. This is the Ball State Esports
Just
Arena.
in case you guys didn't know.
Yeah.
This is where we are.
But,
Somewhat beautiful Muncie, Indiana, and beautiful Robert Bell.
And the salmon exporting capital of the U.S.
The salmon?
Isn't that what you said earlier?
Yeah.
Salmon, yeah.
Yeah, salmon.
Then why
Never mind. I thought you said something different. It sounded like you said... I'll run it back for you after the stream, but it sounded like you said another thing, and I'll show you afterwards. I'll tell you after what I thought you said. But salmon export, #1, salmon, what was it, country or place, salmon capital of the country and volleyball capital of the world. Both self-proclaimed. As we go into the game, Ron Coliseo.
If you've forgotten, we talked about quite a bit.
Yeah. Obvious JoJo reference.
Very obvious.
Yeah.
I mean, they even got the Washington Monument right there. I mean, what else do you...
True. Why? Why is...
That's just a statue, bro. Don't look too much into it.
Why is
it's just a statue, bro. I'm making a bad joke. You don't gotta...
Oh. I wonder if we're going to see this. We got Maui. And, I was hoping to see Roadhog. I know Spencer loves some Roadhog. And there's the... Man. Guys get me excited. And then just throw it away.
I have never once seen a
Maybe
Junkrat.
some Jimmy Johns.
In all 3 years of my casting, I don't think I've ever once seen a Junkrat.
Oh, I was actually looking for the Junkrat. I thought you said there was still one, but they must have switched off it.
You were talking about how like they always pick someone and they switch and it gets your hopes up. I don't even think I've seen anyone tease a Junkrat pick.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe once or twice. Maybe just in our deep memory early pick on Crazy Man. That's going to be big for Ball State. That takes away a lot of the nuisance in their back line. Ball State's going to have an easy time pushing up here, especially without their tank and the main zone keeper for Ohio.
Yeah, and a lot of just feeling out right now. You know, Ohio wanting to feel out Ball State. You know, they're up 2-1 here. They're playing with house money. They don't have to be aggressive and ruin something, or maybe they have something cooked up that I don't know. That very well could be possible. Crazy Man once again in the back line, just kind of chilling. Grade A nuisance.
Great A nuisance. Spencer taking a lot of damage, putting a lot of pressure. Ohio is on Ball State tank and pushing them back quite a bit. Ball State has to rotate back as Ohio rotates around the side of the window, using this open space in the window promptly to do damage and to maintain cover. Ball State just doesn't have enough of the cover to utilize. This is the first time we can really hear the team in the back communicating and really hear them getting loud. And I mean, you love to hear it. It just shows how good this Ohio team is,
and it shows how much it matters to them.
And I mean, I just heard them all say ball, 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 ball. And Craze Mang is dead. Fresco finds Spencer with the railgun. That's a big pick for them. Tank for tank. Baptiste coming out early. I feel like that might have been a bad timing. Now Ohio is pushing back and gaining some and keeping some space and keeping out of line of sight of that window. Oh, what a good ult from Ninja Color Fry. LeBron James can't handle Tracer. Crossed up.
Someone go clear them ankles off the battlefield because they've been snatched.
They got Tracer open. Oh no!
Bot is going back in Ball State's favor, walking towards the Ohio spawn. And also, this is another one of those where just any movement you can get on that bot at all is crucial. As the Cassidy ult up here for Ball State, as well as Yakster's Lucio ult. There goes the box once again. Ohio also has 2 ults up, 3 ults up as well, my bad. Tracer hiding over there in the corner. 2 now. If I would have just waited, it would have been 2 anyway. Wrecking Ball puts out their ult right there in the middle. Once again, great A nuisance. Sigma, good job clearing out.
Akasora finding 2 picks. Another nuisance that we haven't really talked about. Akasora really won that round, and I mean, everybody's on Spencer right now. I don't know how he's still alive. It's not going to last for much longer unless he gets any abilities back. He might be able to draw it out, but Ball State loses that, but they have the advantage 34 meters and 10 meters and counting for Ohio. I have a feeling that's going to continue to count unless Ball State can get back onto this point. And it looks like they're just waiting for the regroup, waiting for Ohio to fall in this trap of the high ground of this catwalk right here.
Smart decision.
Very, very smart decision. Ninja Color Fry taking a lot of damage into that disruption orb.
Behind the Lucio, though. Oh, wait, never mind.
That's their own Lucio.
Yeah,
I keep getting confused with the
yeah,
red.
because they keep switching.
I know.
So tough.
I know.
But Akasura does fall there. That's a good pick for Ball State. Gets their DPS out of the way. Gravitic Flux out here. Gets one, not the other. LeBron James getting dunked.
I don't even think he got LeBron James. I'll be honest. I think LeBron James got out of that with the skin of his teeth. Did not see him go
LeBron
down.
James died.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
I did not see him in the feed.
I think he got
missed him
picked up in the Gravitic Flux, and Ninja finished them all.
Okay, I did not
Or
see, I
he
missed him
got
in the
through and
feed.
Ninja killed them very, very soon after.
Yeah. Well, speaking of ults, Akasura, 77 and counting for the Tracer Bomb. And Ball State currently up on ults. Fresco has the railgun as the overcharge. A lot can happen with these ults. You can't go. Finding an early pick on LeBron in the back.
That's big. When you get that 20-time NBA All-Star out of the
Yeah.
back lineup, that helps a lot. Could be a
Cassidy
good ult here.
ults.
Can't quite get it. Couldn't.
Well, I mean, clear some space. Does what it meant to do.
It does, but ends up getting the pick anyway.
What a shot.
It was a good ult use. It was a good ult use. I was hoping that he'd be able to get one there, but ended up not getting it. Doesn't matter. Effective all the same.
Yeah, if we're looking at the ult economy, once again, Yakester almost has that Lucio ult. Still waiting. Tracer versus Tracer. Ninja Color Fry has to back out a little bit. Finds him in the back. Not able to stick it. Uses that recall. Akasora gets out by the skin of his teeth.
Ball State almost at the first checkpoint in this match.
Very, very close. When they hit the checkpoint, the spawn will change. And Ball State will have an advantage. Craze Mang able to find 2 or 1 pick with that ult. Raven and the Immortality
Good
field.
Lucio ult there, saving you can't see Ghost.
Yeah, I mean,
ends up getting the pick on LeBron.
Putting a lot of pressure on LeBron and on the Wrecking Ball, forcing the clear out. I think they finally got that checkpoint.
Yep. Bot is just waiting, wasting time. Ball State pushes up the ramp here. We got a good shot of all the action going on here on both sides of this wall. This wall is pivotal for the cover as Wrecking Ball just steals the bot. Ball State falls back just a little too far. I think they'll probably wrap around and regroup and try to take this fight right here.
That was such a good play by Ohio. Just push them back, be the nuisance that you are.
I don't know. I think they kind of played into Ball State there because Graphitic Flux is up for Spencer, and we know that that can be crucial with no other ult around. They can use that and get kills off of it regardless.
A lot of damage being outputted on Spencer right now. Doesn't really have a chance to use Gravitic Flux. If he did, he would die. And with this Kitsune Rush, it's going to be a lot harder to find a good lane to use this ult.
Noticeable too, you can't see Ghost drops the ult. Ninja Curly Fry gets the kill on LeBron Jahamez.
And Dexter Pittman follows his teammate closely after Akasora. The former Miami Heat teammates.
Dexter Pittman.
What a choice as a character. What a choice.
They're deep,
everybody you could have chosen.
Deep in their bag for that one.
Everybody you could have chosen at that era, that while he was there. I mean,
you know, I applaud it though. You could easily go with one of the other big three, like Bosch or Wade. Nah, you're going deep in your bag. The one-time NBA G League MVP.
Oh man!
What a save!
What a save! Yakester almost gets knocked off, showing off that
Morbin time for Yakester.
Movement there. That's a really good ult placement by Crazeman. Holding the back line into the corner there. Out comes the Transcendence, really putting a lot of pressure onto the Ball State team right here. The Lucio has the ult. He's going to pop out again. He's going to, I think he's just looking to regroup now. The whole team is gone. That's a team kill for Ohio. Ball State gives it up. But they still have the advantage. They got it past that first checkpoint. They're going to lose the spawn point on the checkpoint now.
And something else of note is that every time they do get to a checkpoint, so this first checkpoint, if Ohio does get there, there is a decent amount of time where the robot is just standing. So that will play into factor and help Ball State. I think that's also why they fell back. They knew that they have the lead. There's no reason for them to be aggressive.
Wombo combo onto Crazeman with the boulder and the prime fire. Able to find a kill, and Spencer's pushing up a lot now. I don't know if he has anybody with him. Not close enough to do much healing at any case. LeBron James switches over to the Ana. That is a swap that I just noticed now. A lot of kills going on at Ball State. They're down 3, now down 4. It's just Spencer on his own. I think they bit off a little bit more than they could chew in that last battle there. And Spencer trying to do as much damage as he possibly can, but just falls too short.
Yeah, Ball State not getting the team fight that they wanted, but still in the lead, and they will be for quite a while. There's only a minute left in the game.
We're going to go to Payload after this, correct? I believe, since that's the only game that we have not done. I would think so, right?
You would imagine so. Or it could be kept.
Oh my goodness!
Wrecking Ball. Take it easy. Oh, that man has a family.
Fresco got... I think it was Ghost got put to sleep, and then the Wrecking Ball just came in and swung at him.
That's tough.
Spencer trying to use as much space as he can, gain as much space for Ball State, but he's going to go fall to Crazeman's ult, and Crazeman also finds Ghost. Ball State struggling to find any momentum. Ohio's going to push them back on their heels. They just cannot get their ducks in line. Ball State's going to fall back. They have to prepare for a next team fight as Ohio gets this next checkpoint and gets a higher spawn point. And they're one step closer to matching Ball State.
Yep, they're going to approach this checkpoint, and like I said, that robot's going to sit there and wait for a few seconds, and that's where Ball State's going to take their advantage and try to engage in a team fight here. Hopefully they will win. 2 seconds, we are into overtime here. This is the game.
Fresco does not get a chance to use that ult, taken out swiftly by Ghost. And now it's just Crazeman left there. He's going to be taken out simply as the rest of the Ohio team is held in that choke point, and Ball State's going to swipe up the win. It is 2-2. Whether we go into hard or capture the points or Payload, we shall see. I think if we go into Payload, Ball State might have a better chance to win than they would in capture the point. Akasora with the play of the game. It is Escort that we are seeing.
Well, they're asking, is it Escort?
Oh, is it Escort? Fresco asks.
So Escort is Payload. It's just like the second half of great Akasura play there.
Yeah.
I don't want to take away from that, but explaining escort is just like the hybrid mode that we saw earlier, minus the point at the beginning. You get the payload at the very beginning. There is just one more checkpoint you have to go through. So in hybrid, there is a single checkpoint with the payload that you have to go through after you get the first point.
Yep.
With escort, there is 2 checkpoints, and there is no initial point to get the payload. You start out with it immediately right out of spawn.
Yeah. I'm trying to think about what map they could choose, because we haven't seen a payload in a long time. We haven't seen a payload since the beginning of the season, and we also hadn't seen the Coliseum at all this season, except for that first match that was streamed by ESC. That was the only time we had seen it.
Yep.
And going into this next match, which I believe it is payload. I think
Escort is
payload. They did.
I would imagine so. It's the only game mode we haven't played.
Right, yeah. And I mean, they go through every game mode, but we just haven't gotten this far. And it is game 5. And you know what is kind of nice to me? That when we do get to a game 5, we have different game modes. We don't just repeat.
Yeah.
You know, when we do get to the further on in the season, we'll have, I think, a best of 7. Or this first to 5, I believe that's the finals.
Yeah, that's semis and grand finals, I think.
Yeah, so when we get there, we may see them as a couple other maps. But for now, we're focused on payload. I'm trying to think of what payload maps we have not seen. There could be Eichenwald. Eichenwald is the first one that's coming to mind. That's a popular pick.
That's really the only.
I'm blanking
that's
on
the only payload map I
maps.
know. Every map I know is a hybrid map.
I'm blanking on payload maps. I was about to say Kings Row, but that's not.
Kings Row is hybrid. I was going to say Blizzard World. That's hybrid.
That is hybrid. We haven't seen that map in a while either.
What payload maps are there? You got Eichenwald.
Oh,
No,
man.
you don't
Chat,
have
help us out.
Eichenwald. Eichenwald's hybrid.
No, Eichenwald isn't. Eichenwald is. I don't know any payload maps.
Route 66.
Route 66 is a payload map. That's a popular one. We might see that one. I hope we see that one. I like Route 66.
I would probably bet money that we'll probably see Route 66.
Route 66 is the only payload map that comes to mind. Anybody in chat that knows Overwatch like the back of their hands,
I'm sorry, first off.
yeah, we're sorry. We're your casters tonight, and we don't know the game, but we're casting, apparently. But if you have any payload maps, please let us know. Yeah, I would like to know. We would like to know.
Well, I'm sitting here thinking, yeah.
I'm blanking. Also, okay, our next map is Route 66 is what I'm hearing. So
Thank goodness I don't have to think anymore.
I know. It's the only map I can think. And that's the only map I can really picture in my mind right now. Coming off the bat, if we want to talk about this map, we have a weird... This map is pretty interesting.
Dusk.
It's got a lot of different
Dusk
things.
Route 66.
Ooh. I have not seen this. It's kind of...
I like
nice.
I like it.
It's a little moody, you know? But, yeah, so this is the...
A little moody,
This is the back half of the map. This is the middle part of the map. Windy corners. I would also relate this similarly to Kings Row.
I think every hybrid and payload or escort map is just a remix of Kings Row. I mean, let's be honest. They had
Kings Row is the best map.
They had one success, and they are going to try and write off that until no one plays this game anymore.
Well, Route 66, I'd say, is still a really good map.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it's not.
Great map.
I'd much rather play Route 66 than Kings Row any day.
I would disagree with you there, but
I think a lot of the best games I've had have been on Route 66.
I just like the vibe of the map, you know.
I mean, you said it was moody. What kind of emotions does Dusk Route 66 bring out of you?
Well, I mean, if we're talking about just the lighting, you know, I mean, if we're gonna go into some critical analysis, like
critical owl analysis.
Critical owl analysis. Reference to one of our professors, Alan Szymanski. What would he say about this? That's what I'm trying to think. He would say that this is melancholic.
Yeah, he'd probably say it's like melancholic, something about mud. What was that? Mudlicious?
Mudlicious was the word that he used.
He'd probably call this mudlicious.
Mudlicious is the word he would use.
Mudlicious in spring.
What Edward Hopper painting would he refer this to?
None of them, because Hopper does a lot of city work. He doesn't do a whole lot of...
Well, actually, hold on. I'd argue. If we get the shot of the big girls at night, if we went, I would somewhat see
that is not Nighthawks.
I was really trying. I was
there's
stressing out a
there's
little
no
bit.
windows on that building.
There are no windows on the building. I apologize.
And that is like the biggest thing with hopper paintings is windows.
and framing.
Framing. Yep.
Framing too.
Framing within the windows.
Yeah.
Very voyeuristic viewpoint from Edward Hopper.
Yeah. And I mean, I love all of his stuff. The previous class that we had where we talked about Edward Hopper, we sat down for about 30 minutes afterward and just looked through all of his paintings and stuff. It's really great stuff. Does that have anything to do with Overwatch? No, but
It does in some way.
If
Some
you want
roundabout way I can make it
some
connect.
roundabout way, you can find it. And I mean, also just look at some Edward Hopper stuff. It's some great stuff.
I got one right now for you, off top of the dome. The framing that you use to put your defense matrix can be applied to Edward Hopper's framing in his paintings. The way you look through them.
Oh, that's a good one. I'll give you that. The framing of Reinhardt's shield, is that a stretch? Would you say? I feel like that's
I would
a bit
say
of a
so,
stretch.
just because it is fixed on a single person in the middle. The defense matrix,
is.
no matter where you look at it, it is a window
gonna be-
through, and you can see other people.
So yeah, we are waiting just before we get started for all players to be ready. But yeah, I'm trying to think of what else could be Edward Hopper. I think this is what we should just do. It's just relate everything to Edward Hopper now.
We could go through like specific paintings.
I might have to look up some of the names. I have most of his paintings in my mind, but I have to look up some of the names.
Sea Bellows.
Sea Bellows. Which one's that?
It is a group of young men, I want to say 2 to 3, on a boat out in the ocean.
2 to 3 years old, or just 2 to 3
Young
guys?
young men.
Ah, okay. I was like, that's really young.
Not babies. Not babies. They aren't
young.
putting babies out on boats
Skitty young.
in the ocean. I have heard that there is an astronaut in the ocean, though.
What?
That old TikTok song.
Oh, I'd rather talk about Edward Hopper. What other? Okay, I'm now really trying to think of what I can really, because you gave the really good. I don't think there really is anything else other than Baptiste.
I'm sure there. I'm sure if I could probably
we
come
thought
up with
about it.
something.
Yeah, I know, but you're better at the critical analysis stuff than I am. So I'm trying to think.
You could liken the way Widow uses her scope to the voyeurism of Edward Hopper. Widow is watching everyone else live their lives while, I mean, unbeknownst to you, she could be staring right at you and game over.
Yeah, well, speaking of game, we are going into it now. Route 66. This is the end-all, be-all for both teams. It is 2-2.
Match point. Series
match point. Series point. It's tied.
Whatever
Whoever
point you want
wins
to call it.
this-
The point is, this is it.
Yeah. This will decide who remains undefeated in this season.
Even
Both
more
teams-
importantly, who remains undefeated. Exactly.
Yeah.
How did we forget that?
No, yeah.
We've gotten so
There was
engrossed
so
and lost.
I know.
Exactly.
There's so much. We got so engrossed.
And we
with
got
how
we
good
got
this match is
Winston now.
with Edward Hopper, and now we are here.
Now we got
Panorama.
Winston.
Oh, wait. This could be. Look. Diner. Look at the windows.
This could be, yeah.
I would say I would
that'd be a
relate this to
stretch.
Nighthawks.
You would have to
There's
frame
a lot
it
of
like,
squares. There's a lot of squares and a lot of angles. I would say
but
that
they aren't sharp angles. They don't draw your eyes. They're all rounded.
I say.
The sharp angles is what draws and frames your eyes. They are very round and
Dang
weak,
it, dude.
weak edges and angles.
I thought I had it.
You were
I was
close.
ready. Man,
Low key, over at North Dining, I have for the longest time have wanted to recreate Nighthawks with the Starbucks in there as like a 2023, 24.
Really? That'd be pretty cool.
It has like the perfect. Everything is
Ooh.
straight, jagged, and
hang on now.
well, like I said earlier, we got a Winston out for Ohio and
Okay.
Anna as well.
We're going to see a
progressing
lot of
just normally.
dive. We're going to
Yeah.
see a lot of dive from Ohio. And what dive means is that Winston has a jump that can put you, that can really, it's a far jump, and it could put you behind the team. And I feel like
Or
we're
you
going to
can
see a
use it to
lot
get
of that.
out.
Or we can get out, and I think we're going to see that paired with Akasura's Tracer quite a bit as a dive. And I mean, Akasura's Tracer already holding the flank here. Moving in.
I could be
to the
wrong,
gas station.
but I don't think Sigma against the Winston is the best pick.
No, I would also disagree with that. I mean, Spencer's already below half health, taking a lot of damage. He's put to sleep, able to get a lot of healing output, but not
See, there's
enough.
that jump.
Yeah, and Akasora is down. That's a big. Akasora is down. Fresco's almost falls. Crazemang taking a lot of damage. I think Ball State may have just turned this around on their head. They don't have that annoyance of Akasora in the back line.
And the reason I bring such an importance to that jump is because normally with that boot from Lucio, he would have been out of the team fight.
Yeah.
Regardless. He used that jump to stay up there and try to save Akasura, who is now on the Genji. So that is their flex DPS doing all the work. Fresco is the main DPS on Sojourn. So I'm glad we finally got that figured out.
Yeah.
They've been playing like the main DPS the entire time.
They have. Ball State doing a really good job of holding Ohio at this point. I mean, Crazy Bang is down again. Ball State playing far back, and it's working out to their favor. Ohio, they did put Ohio up.
Oh
my gosh.
LeBron got dunked off the map again by Yangster.
Oh my goodness. I just completely stopped in my tracks of talking when I saw that. But going back to what I was saying, I mean, it puts Ohio halfway to the first checkpoint, but it puts Ball State in the perfect spot to hold Ohio at this point and just not let them get past at all. And really, it puts Crazebang in a hard spot. I mean, look right here.
This is
stuck
notorious.
Again, almost dead, but gets enough healing output.
This is notoriously one of the hardest points to push through on Route 66 because you have not only does the defensive team have so much cover, you don't. You have to get around that corner and push the payload while the enemy team can just sit up on top of this diner and just slowly chip at you until they want to dive in and finish it off. Great Zen ult there by Dexter.
Ball State finally has to move off the point. Spencer
uses
is dangerously low.
The Hopper ult.
Hopper ult, I like that. I believe we're going to see Ohio get this first checkpoint. Ninja Curly Fry can't really do much against a whole team of Ohio on his lonesome. Yeah, first checkpoint is going to be reached unless Ball State wants to take the chance
Look
and
at the
attack
Winston
this.
And who is that up?
That's Genji.
Up there
Genji?
on top.
Wow. Okay.
I honestly was expecting maybe Zen or Ana to be up there and follow the Winston in, try to dive, get some damage. That would not have surprised me at all from this Ohio team.
But that's also not what we've been seeing from this Ohio team very often, especially with the wrecking ball.
You look at early on, they were throwing all kinds of stuff at the wall, just hoping it worked, and it worked. They were up 2-1. They were up 2-1 on Ball State. So it's hard to expect anything from this Ohio team.
I don't know what to expect from them anymore. I mean, Ball State was able to hold them for a good amount of time there, but now 3 minutes left on the clock for Ohio. They're about a fourth of the way to the second checkpoint. And Ball State has the advantage on ults. And Ninja Curly Fry is about to have his. Spencer uses the Graviton Flux. Not able to find the Crazy Bang with the ult on Winston. That's going to make a lot of space for Ohio, pushing him off. He could have gotten the kill on the Genji there.
He was deflecting.
No, he was deflecting, wasn't he? Yes.
Good play there by the Genji.
Yeah.
Akasura, I mean, what else would you expect? Akasura has been kind of the star of this Ohio team.
I forget
Not to be outdone by Crazebang, though. I mean, on the wrecking ball, that was the thorn in their side very early on, and Akasura was just benefiting from it.
Yeah. I mean,
switching to the Tracer.
Yeah, both teams now around the same ult economy. Nobody's really close except for, I'd say, oh, never mind. I didn't see LeBron James. LeBron James does have 99% or 98%. 99 now has that Ana ult. That could be big, especially paired with another ult or just paired with Crazy Bang in general. That Winston does a lot of damage.
Hear me out. Let's nano boost the Sojourn. Have Sojourn pop her railgun. Oh, nano boost is already out. It is on the Winston.
I knew it. I called it Winston.
But why not wait till the Winston has his ult? That did nothing for you in that team fight.
I think he's still too far. I think he did plenty. The whole DPS line for Ball State is out. They did plenty of damage.
I might have
enough. Spencer is off.
It might have done something for
it. Did quite a bit. I'd say it did quite a bit. I'd say it helped a good amount. You know, as much as it needed to be.
Shut up. I speak way too early on these things.
Maybe we shouldn't talk. Maybe we just shouldn't do our job.
Yeah. There we go on 0.43 meters for Ohio.
Oh, Hopper. Akasura's down. Oh no, sorry, UK Ghost is down. Fresco and Akasura both find a pick there. Spencer in a Diva.
That's a pick we don't see ever.
This is interesting. 19 health, no healing available. They're at the second checkpoint. They're going to get a lot of time here. 2 minutes, 13. Ohio has no signs of stopping right now.
Ball State had a good defense, though. Taking as much time off the clock as possible is essential. I think they only left like 30 seconds on the clock. Now, granted, that can be a lot in the right hands of the right team, but with this Ball State defense, how stout they've been holding up, I think they did just fine there. Yeah, they didn't stop him completely, but I think they can stiffen up here and make a good wall here at the end.
Ninja Killer Fry getting dived on him there. About three Ohio members on him. Winston Ult is out. That's going to be bad for Ball State. They need to find a way to neutralize this quick. Winston's low on health. He's going back for some healing. He's going to get it. Yakester with the ult. It might be too little too late. Ball State has plenty of ults to work, but they're about to have a Diva ult as well. That could be really good. Ninja Killer Fry pops ult. Fresco finds one on Yakester. Spencer finds Craze Main. That's tank v tank. They find it.
Oh, I was just freaking out over here because better man than I am, I would have dropped the Diva ult right there with all three of them behind the payload.
Yeah.
That's what I was freaking out about because Zen doesn't
I thought you were
have...
saying I have some of the same.
No, Zen doesn't have his ult. Nano Boost is not... I don't think it'll save you from a Diva Bomb. It might. And then it was Sojourn back there, I think.
Oh, we got another Nano Boost onto the Winston. No ult. Once again, I think it's still doing its work. The Yakester fine to pick on the LeBron James. Ankle's gone. Another pick on to Fresco with Ninja Killer Fry, but Akasora is still there. We know what Akasora can do on his lonesome. He has Dexter Pittman to back him up.
Dexter Pittman to back him up.
Dexter Pittman and Tracer is wild.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, it obviously worked out for him. That's why I'm on the desk and they're playing. They still have the ult. He kept the ult that entire time.
Yeah.
So does Ravenstrider. Ravenstrider also has an ult. Now,
that's a good thing to have up your sleeve. Both these ults are. Ravenstrider has that hopper.
So my question is, I could be wrong, if the Diva ult goes through the hopper, does that mean it also is doubled, or?
I don't think so, because
I've never seen that, period. Like, I've never seen anyone even try it, so. Good Zen ult there by Ohio to try and maintain this point, get as much progress. There goes the Diva ult right in the middle.
Doesn't do anything.
Gets nothing, can't get the mech,
but Ball State might still have it.
Picked up there by Ball State.
3 picks for UKSC Ghost. Ninja Killer Fry has another one. Yakester got another. Overtime's out, but look how close Ohio is.
Spencer used that ult perfectly. I won't say anything else about using ults ever again because he used that ult. They clear the point. Sojourn is so far off the point, cannot get back to the point. In turn, Ball State round win, holds them. All Ball State has to do is equal that or to get it to the end, and they win.
Well, saying all Ball State has to do is a stretch because, I mean, if we look at how much Ohio struggled to get there.
In simple terms, all they have to do.
Yeah.
Looking at it on paper, when you flip the paper around, there's all kinds of steps and instructions, but on the front it says they just have to get it there.
It's like how it's on the box. It says the box in the front, but then if you turn it over, there's just
instructions that we can't read.
Yeah. That will never be shown on camera ever. You couldn't see it.
Ohio comp here, Ash, Soldier, Sigma. You know, nothing we haven't seen tonight. And Ball State rolling out the Wrecking Ball. Oh,
maybe
boy.
give it a taste of their own medicine.
I pray. Give Craze Ming a little taste of their own medicine. Yes, sir.
And then Sigma, it looks like Ohio is going to go for the same tactic that Ball State went. They're going to hold the top of that cafe with the Sigma. Wow,
that's a crazy.
That almost got them too.
Spencer looking like they are going to commit to the Wrecking Ball here. I'm excited.
I don't know. Yeah, they're going to go through the side panel.
Not the basic spray. Someone has the basic Overwatch spray. That's crazy.
They're all, what, grandmasters in this game?
Top 500, some of them.
Yeah.
Spencer looking to get a little work done with the Wrecking Ball on the back line. Ohio, they know that song and dance all too well. They performed it for 4 rounds.
Knocks down the Sigma, puts him in the jaws of Ball State. They try to capitalize off it, they can't. Yakester falls immediately from Akasora. Akasora playing a more ranged character, not something that we've seen yet, but it's something that is very due to this map. It fits this map very, very well, and it's what we saw last time. Yeah. Now Ninja Killer Fry in the back line, looking for something Looking for anything he can find. Looking for something on Akasora. He can't find it. Akasora and Crazemang both find a pick there to push Ball State back. Not a good start for Ball State. Spencer's going to switch off. Spencer switches off the Wrecking Ball onto the Sigma, and it looks like Ghost switches. He's going to switch to the Widowmaker.
The broken Widowmaker.
Well, I wouldn't be too...
With the update, yes.
That's true. It's still,
I would not have been surprised if that was a headshot.
I was waiting. Oh my God!
On the dome!
We sure that wasn't LeBron? Are we sure? Oh! You can't see goes with the first headshot of the game on Widowmaker. I don't even know if that was on the head. That could have been 3 centimeters or a foot off, and it could have still hit.
In the end, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. He's looking for one on the Zen, waiting for the Zen to peek. Misses up the time. He can't quite find it. Look for a little bit more damage onto the... Oh, I'm surprised that didn't hit.
Oh, I wanted that to hit so bad.
I thought it was going to hit, and I was ready to freak out. Now I'm just waiting.
Yeah, it's almost like golf. We just have to wait and watch.
Should we commentate like golf commentators? Just, you know, little mellow.
You know, Ball State here looking to really push this payload up towards the checkpoint. First checkpoint very close here. Ohio does come down to contest.
Ball State's in the green right now. They're looking to get into the fairway. I don't know anything about golf.
That's probably the opposite. They're in the fairway.
Golf.
They're looking to chip up on the green here, get this first checkpoint, finish on par here for this first hole.
Okay.
Maybe even a little birdie. It all depends on the time, really. Sigma on Sigma violence here. You hate to see it. Boulder to the dome. Pookie Bear Sigma looking like a Picasso painting. Caught the Gravitic Flux though!
Oh,
down.
It's a trade. It's a trade.
Of course it's a trade, because Dexter Pittman on the side. Dishing out. Domes left and right.
I'll never get over that. That Baptiste is really
Baptiste
low.
Is low.
He's going to get some healing there. He's
I
full
bet he
health.
got the health
LeBron
back there.
James.
Oh.
LeBron James gets kicked out of the way.
Here goes Ball State on the checkpoint here. Wrecking Ball does come out.
It is a
and
backline
contest.
fight onto that Wrecking Ball. And they find him. Yikester,
That was
no
possibly,
mercy.
like the worst thing that Wrecking Ball could have done there, and that was really his only option.
Uh-oh. We got a Widow on Widow.
Oh my, the ego pick?
We got a Widow on Widow. I wouldn't be surprised, and I'm glad we're seeing it.
Low-key, I kind of want to watch the other Widows gameplay. I know we can't because of the SEC, but SEC, the ESC, not the Southeastern Conference.
Whoa.
The ESC, the Esports Collegiate Conference.
Ooh.
Hello.
That was actually on target.
Waiting to see if he'd walk through the shield there. Does not. Stays behind. Sees the Widow. Ball
Pretty
State,
neutral game
I'll
at the
say
moment.
the important thing here, though, is Ball State is constantly pushing that payload. They have not given up or conceded any type of, from the first checkpoint, I should clarify, they have not given up any space on that payload. They have constantly been pushing it until now when they are forced off. And this is one of the other notorious choke points on Route 66, is right here around this corner, getting it right to, like in this little home stretch, right to that second checkpoint. It is hard to get by because the defense has a lot of high ground as Fresco gets the pick there with the alt on. You can't see goes.
Oh yeah, Yikester was just waiting for a point to use that Discord orb, but now they're gonna push on to the tank. The hopper comes out. Looking for anything here. Raven finds 2. Ninja Killer 5 finds Dexter Pittman. Never going to get used to saying that. Spencer finds that Widow. Ball State has the momentum here, and they're going to keep it up. LeBron James is the only one left standing. Just reeling them in and dishing them out.
Oh, well, I wasn't reeling him in. I was
I know, but it made me think
he
of it.
was
So
feasting, so dishing it
okay.
out is an appropriate term because he is feasting. They just keep giving him plate after plate, and Yikester just filling up. All-you-can-eat buffet for kills for Yikester.
Yeah. Ooh,
This team behind us is getting loud and raucous.
And you know that's when they are locked in.
That's
and
when you know they're at their best. They're laughing, they're having a good time, they're relaxed.
But also you can hear the seriousness in the in the communication. But if we're looking at the ults here going into this next match, or in this next battle, Crazemang has that Sigma ult. Fresco looking low. You can't see Ghost. Has the thermal. Has the seeing through walls that Widow does. I don't remember the full name of that.
I don't either.
A lot of ults are being dished out. Raven's Hopper is out.
Gravitic Flux is out for both.
Wow.
No,
this
just
is,
one.
Ball
Just
State's
one.
putting everything out into this.
They know that they can win the game with this. Look how close the payload is.
They are inching
They're
their
approaching.
way there. They're keeping everybody off.
Gravitic
You can't
Flux.
see Ghost finds that. Now it's just Crazy Main's trying to find his way back.
They
He's
jumped
using
him.
Gravitic Flux.
Oh my
He's
goodness.
gone. Spencer finds 2. This could be for the win. The spawn is right there. They need to
That's
keep
it.
them at bay. Team kill. Ball State wins the series. What a series that was. They were down 2-1. They won the last 2. They pull it out. What a game from Ball State. What a series from Ohio. Thank you, Ohio University, for such an incredible match that was. Crazy man.
First time all year Ball State has truly been tested, and boy, they're strong, man.
Yeah. And we'll have an interview coming up. I don't know. I think
You can't see ghosts.
it will be You Can't See Ghost. The new addition to the Ball State roster this year.
Well, Ohio
Andy, show
is
'em, Mike.
going home with 1 loss to show. Ball State still flawless on their season record. 4-0.
5.
5-0 now. 4-0 coming into this. 5-0
Yep.
now. Ohio falls to 4-1, but they will still surely be in the driver's seat of the ESC, right behind the top 2 teams in Ball State and Miami. Because
I would be shocked if Miami has
I
not
will
won.
assume. You know what they say when you assume things, but I would assume that Miami of Ohio won.
Yeah, and that just leaves the last 2 undefeated teams is BSU and Miami, and
That is a collision course.
That is a collision course, and we saw that's a game that been marking the calendar. And I am excited. Unfortunately, we did not hit the viewer goal this week.
But I'm told that we still have to open the
We
box.
still have to open the box.
We
so
were only 1 or 2 away, so I
think they're gonna give. I think they're gonna give it to us.
I think that's fine.
Do you want to do the honors?
Do we want to do it now or after the interview?
I think we should do it with the interview.
With the interview.
Yeah, and we are actually having You Can't See Ghost and Ada with us.
RF Mike is right there.
Oh my gosh. That is a dangerous place to have that. All right. You guys get one mic. Share well. So,
Why are you giving it to me?
because I'm still thinking my question.
Okay, well, I'll start off. Round 3 Flashpoint. Into that is absolutely heartbreaking. How do you bounce back from that?
I think one thing is, like, while we didn't play perfectly during the map and, like, they were playing really well, we were making mistakes. When a map kind of comes down to a coin flip like that, while it can be very disheartening to lose it, when you're still in the series, you just got to keep going forward because, like, you know, if it's that close on a map, then all we have to do is play 10% better, and then we'll pull it out on the next one, you know? Hopefully make it so it's not leaving it to a coin flip, or hopefully the coin flip will kind of end on our side.
Yeah, lead in our favor.
Yeah.
And also, I've played with Raymond for so many years. We've been through so many things like that. Like, that map was so close. I can't believe we just lost that. That's so bad. Like, I think me and him especially have a lot of experience with that. I think we've gotten pretty good at being able to bounce back from things like that.
Yeah, I mean, when we got into the later stages of the series, we heard the communication from you guys back there. We heard you guys getting hyped up. What is that moment like? Because from what we can hear with the headsets on, we don't hear you guys very often. So those moments where you really start to hear the communication, what are those moments like, and where do you think that really comes into play?
I think that it's just, when I'm in the moment, it's so hard to think back to it. Like, it's such a different experience.
Yeah.
Like, afterwards, like, so many things are going through my head. Like, it's just a blur.
Right.
I know. Like, I mean, I've done this for so many years. You would think that I'd be able to, but, like,
Nah.
yeah.
It's just the adrenaline.
it's just going in my head.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm actually thinking.
I think as well, like, when you see that your team is playing like that and they have that kind of energy and intensity, like, because, like, whenever, like, especially on, like, the earlier maps, you know, if we were, like, a little bit more quiet, like, we're making a bit more mistakes and everything. But then when everyone's hyped up and like that, then everything kind of becomes a little bit more automatic. Like, you know, people are doing, especially that late into a series, if you're able to keep the energy up and go that high, like, you like naturally are going to download the other team. So like a lot of the mistakes that we were making in the earlier parts, like that, I feel like that energy and that focus kind of helped us get all those like kind of silly mistakes that we were making out of the way.
Now, obviously, this was probably like the big first test for you guys this season. Now, the next one is going to be Miami. What are you guys looking for? I don't know when we're facing Miami. I think that's a couple weeks away.
It's still a couple weeks.
Weeks away. Are you guys already starting preparation for that game, or are you just doing one game at a time?
I mean, truthfully, you always have to treat it one game at a time. You know, obviously we want to beat Miami, but even if it's a regular season game, you know, we got to treat every single one with respect. And then I think as well with regular season games, like for example, like obviously winning this game was great, but even if we lost it, you know, you still got to just keep pushing forward and then get on to the next game. So, like, we're not too worried about Miami. We're not too, like, overconfident in Miami. Like, we're going to just treat Miami as we would anyone else and beat them, hopefully.
Awesome.
Yeah, I was just going to say, me personally, I'm not really thinking about that game right now. I'm just so focused on, like, the game has changed so much. I just need to learn what is different right now and get good at this current game because I don't know what it's going to be like whenever we face them.
I do want to ask how, sorry if I'm interrupting any other questions you have, how big of a change do you think the patch was from last week that we saw, and how much has it changed? Because I mean, when you switched over to the Widow, we were ready to see like the crosshair 2 feet away and still hit a headshot. Like what's the change been like in a more competitive standpoint, rather than what we would see in like a quick play, just a casual player?
I think even just from like last week, because last week we were also on the patch, I think people have started over time, like I think there's been a lot more pro influence already, like because for example, Dante made a tweet and he kind of said a few heroes are like strong, so people are going to start following kind of those things. There's some like online reviews and like scrim codes that kind of got leaked from some teams, so overall, now teams are starting to kind of settle into more metas and things like that. And especially with the changes, I wouldn't say, like, for example, like Widow, I don't think really you're going to change too many things in terms of like, oh, we're going to play Widow because it's easier to hit headshots, because there's a lot of things that also make it harder to hit headshots in a way, because like you need to charge up the shot more and things like that. So I think the comps are revolved a lot about just being able to find your angles. So if you're able to do that, then you'll be okay.
Yeah, I feel like at the end of the day, like everybody hits their shots now.
Right.
So the game comes so much more down to just who is the better, like who has more game knowledge, who knows when to take an angle, who knows how to play with their team, because everybody is so much more even now mechanically.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I got one question for both of you. I'll ask you yours first. First round, Ohio comes out, and for us, it was a hard team to read. They were doing a lot of stuff that to our eyes wasn't very conventional, and it looked like they had almost written just the script to how to beat Ball State. They were very dominant in that first game. From a coaching perspective, what kind of mindset do you have going into that round 2 game?
I think the big thing is take a step back, because even in Overwatch especially, you can change what you're playing so much between map to map. So it's like, especially for example, like that map 4 and 5, the things that we were playing on that like Flashpoint map, or it was Push, sorry, the things that we were playing on that were not really going to work the exact same as they were on an Escort map, right? So we have to keep, again, kind of treat every map with respect, but then especially on that map, like I'm looking to find one thing that we can really change, because like I felt like we kind of didn't really have a full direction of what we wanted to do, and we weren't really doing the right things in that first map. Like we were kind of running around and we were getting confused, and like you said, like they were throwing us a lot of curveballs, so I wanted to try and help us simple it down, because I think once we started doing that and we started playing towards our own strengths and not just getting lost in the chaos that they were creating, then we were able to play a lot better.
Yeah, and almost same exact question to you, just different phrasing. From a player perspective, you know, you go out there, team's undefeated, you're feeling good, you get smacked in the mouth first round, bad, like it, and you guys bounce back terrifically. From a player mindset, what does that do to you? Does that kind of make you hesitant to pick certain characters? Like, even if you are good with them, like it's comfort pick, like what does that do to a player's mindset being in that situation?
I don't think it really ever makes me hesitant to pick something. I feel like I'm pretty confident in what I'm confident on, and I'm going to pick it no matter what. I don't know. It feels like losing that first round is kind of exciting, honestly. Like, it kind of hypes me up. Like, oh, okay, it's a real match.
Got a game now, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really fun to try to figure out the team throughout, like what you said, like so many curveballs from them. It was so fun to try to figure out what the hell they were going to do next, and then actually succeeding and pulling out the victory feels so good.
I'll very say.
That's all I got.
That's possibly the best answer I could have heard. Like,
Yeah.
I love that answer.
Yeah.
I got nothing else. That's it for me.
Yeah. No, congratulations on the wins, guys. Thank you guys for coming over and giving us some clarification on what happened, on everything that happened tonight. Because, I mean, a lot happened tonight. And, I mean, I'm still replaying the end of that flashpoint in my head a little bit. Because that was probably the best exchange I've seen in ESC gameplay in a long, long time. So, yeah, thank you guys for coming on. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Congrats, guys.
I'll take that from you. Awesome. That was You Can't See Ghost and our coach, Ada. Let's take a look at what's in the box.
Have at it.
Okay.
My hair was in there last time, so.
It is a note. It is a picture.
Okay.
So,
Okay, I can do this.
I now know why Carlos was lurking in the corner there. Nigel declares you must eat Bean Boozled.
But
they
it
said,
says I can wait till Thursday if I want to.
Are you going to? Are you going to let me do this alone? One of the sim races, Lucas, is currently giving me an L. Hey, oh, okay. Doing it? Are you doing it? All right, Lucas is doing it.
I gotta do it now.
This is giving me flashback. Luke.
Honestly, doesn't matter. Just reach in there and grab you one. You don't have time.
For a race in 2 minutes.
You got to race. Just reach in there and grab
I'm
one.
on the blue one.
Tell us what it is. Is that toothpaste? Is it toothpaste or?
Yeah, because I know they taste good.
I also got toothpaste.
It's one of the light blue ones.
I know, and I got the safe pick.
Let's go. I got toothpaste.
Let's go.
Toothpaste is so good.
It's just flashback to
I'll give you
when-
the extra kick. You'll be able to win now.
Good luck with the race, Lucas.
And if you're interested in watching that, I do believe it should be on CIL, their Twitch channel.
Collegiate iRacing.
iRacing League. I have
Toothpaste.
toothpaste or blueberry.
I got toothpaste, but
So,
it's really you got the easy one.
Fun fact, I actually ate a small tube of toothpaste when I was in high school.
Oh, don't worry, these are easy. These are the best ones. I got toothpaste, but it's so good.
It was berry blue, by the way.
Both are really good. Both are really, really good.
One more.
I'm not doing one more.
Yes, you are.
Absolutely not.
Birthday cake or dirty dishwasher? Get in there, buddy.
Oh man, what is that? I'm really bad at these. If someone wants to bring that
I'll
trash,
already say that trash can's right over there.
yeah.
Well, mine is strawberry banana smoothie or dead fish.
Okay. Deke it, seek it. I'll wait for you to find yours.
Well, here's the thing. Half of them look the same, so I don't know.
Thank you. I
Is that what
appreciate
that?
it.
Is that what that is?
I can't.
Is that the same?
No, that looks like this one. That looks like the peach or barf. Wait, but no, but that also
They
looks
all look
like
the same. That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
No, they all, I can't tell half of them. I thought I got it wrong.
This one's got more spots on it, so I'm guessing.
I'm
it
getting
is-
Jimmy John's after this. This could either. Oh, I don't think you'd be able to smell it. All right.
It smells like mint, and neither of these are mint, so it
Take
scares
it.
me. That's dead fish.
Go dead fish.
That's dead fish. Tastes like chili.
Really? I got birthday cake. Boring.
Just not a good chili. One more best of 3.
Please no.
Yes. You got 2 good ones.
Any of you guys want to try Bean Boozled with us? That's a resounding no.
So you got
Oh, no.
juicy pear or booger.
Oh, no. I had this one when I was in 7th grade and I almost threw up. Okay. You have another one? Okay. You got what I got. No, you didn't. That's
Stinky socks or tutti frutti.
Stinky socks. What is stinky socks?
So it is.
How do they get these flavors?
This
How do they do this? I don't understand how they like decipher these flavors. Take it.
That was immediate. I would have thrown up. That was stinky socks.
What did I get? I got.
I felt the gag coming, so I spit it out immediately.
I got juicy pear.
Like my throat did that.
Oh yeah.
Out immediately.
I got lucky today, dude. During the 24-hour stream,
I was
got
1 for 3. I was 1 for 3.
During the 24-hour stream, I got like 3 bad ones in a row.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was really bad. So this was my
Redemption arc.
redemption arc, and I was about to mention, like, when Lucas came on, that kind of, you know, he was also on the 24-hour stream for a good amount of it, and we did the Boom Boozle together. We both got really bad ones.
That dead fish is, like, that was fine. Like,
What?
it literally tasted like I'm not even lying.
Well, now I'm glad that my Jimmy John's after this will still taste good.
That makes one.
Bean Boozled, it's been, how long has it been out?
Since, like, middle school, bro.
Like,
I don't know.
I first tried this in 7th grade. What? Like 7 years. When I was 12 years old. And I'm 21 now.
Well, this specific one came out in 2021, and they've made 6 versions of it, so
Oh my goodness.
let's say
Well, hey.
they release a version every year, 6 years. So,
All right.
I mean, that's all we got. Another great.
2007.
So that's what, 15 years old?
Are you serious?
Yeah, 2007.
So it's 15 years old, right? I'm not crazy. That's
No, wait.
16? 14?
Plus 3.
16.
Wait, math. Let me do math real quick. I'm mathing.
2017 is 10 years.
3,
2020 is 3 years.
10. Oh my God, it's 2024.
17.
Yeah, so, yeah. Why did-
17.
I
No,
was-
it'd be 16.
I was counting like it was still 2021.
Oh, if you count it
I don't know what
this
year it
year,
is
yeah.
anymore. But yeah, okay, so
Bean Boozle.
yeah, Bean Boozle has been out for a while. That's weird. I first had that in 7th grade. I threw up at, I believe it was the rotten egg was what got me. That one sucked.
That sneaky sock sucks.
Stink bug is pretty pretty bad too. But anyway, I think it's time to wrap up for tonight. What a fantastic match, Ohio University. Shout out to you guys for putting on such a great show. I'm gonna go back and look at the end of that Flashpoint match.
I am too.
And
I
I'm
have
gonna
no
clip
clue
that
what
and I'm
happened.
gonna hold that on my phone. And I'm gonna keep rewatching it and see what happened. But my name is Devin, aka Disco, aka DP28 Media.
My name is Austin, aka whatever. At this point, I could care less.
Sandwich.
Yeah, whatever.
Anything.
Whatever you want to call me, as long as it's not mean or illegal.
Yeah. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you this Thursday, and I believe also tomorrow. Tomorrow we have League of Legends.
Yep, tomorrow we have League of Legends, and then Thursday, I didn't know I'd be back on the desk, but according to that note, I will be back on the desk, so I will see.
Well, you just found out.
Yeah.
I will not.
I will
unfortunately.
see you all Thursday. Make sure you love yourselves, love each other. Have a good rest of your night.